Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallant mean streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bumper bursting in air gave proofs on the night that her flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Best rendition of the national anthem I've heard in quite some time, John Collins.
Better than I could do, Jason Roby. Hello, everybody, and welcome to historic Holman Stadium for tonight's FCBL baseball game between the #1 team in the league and the basement dweller. And unfortunately, Jason, the Silver Knights are on the wrong end of that sentence.
Yeah, they're running out of time here, John, but the good news for them is that 6 teams make the postseason.
And they're only one game out,
one
right?
game out, and if history has shown us anything, it's that really doesn't matter where there's an old saying, if you're being chased by wolves, you don't have to be the fastest, just don't be the slowest. And so they just have to not finish in that 7th spot, and as we've seen here, especially last year, they win it with a losing record going into the postseason. So anything is possible. Starts here, as you mentioned tonight, with a game against Martha's Vineyard, the #1 team in the FCBL.
The Navigators are the team the Silver Knights want to catch. The Navigators of the North Shore are hosting the Pittsfield Suns in Lynn tonight. So both of these two teams that are going tooth and nail for the final playoff spot in the FCBL here in 2018 are playing home games tonight. And we had a real mixed bag of weather today, but this field looks dynamite and the sun is out.
Yeah, Holman Stadium has never looked better, and the grounds crew does a great job here. And the city is definitely very fortunate to have this kind of a facility. Jeff Masso will be getting the start tonight for the Silver Knights. He of the 0-4 record with a 5.32 ERA. So I'm sure Jeff looking for some solid defense behind him tonight. Will mix up his pitches and hopefully keep the Sharks off balance.
From UMass Amherst, number 10,
Colin Shapiro from UMass Amherst, the left fielder for Martha's Vineyard, will get leadoff duty tonight. The left-handed batter stepping in there with a batting average
He's
of
at 357.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive through
Very
30
good.
games.
Yeah.
So you can see why they want to start right off the top of the order. And you would expect top of the order and the #1 team in the league is going to be pretty good. It's a pretty good fastball there, 85 miles an hour with a tail on it into the left-handed batter.
Good start from Masso. Lefty versus lefty matchup here.
And that's just above the zone, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jason, you were saying that Martha's Vineyard, it's a long way from here to Martha's Vineyard, commuter-wise.
Right.
They were a little delayed getting to the park today?
Yeah, the bus was late. We were told 7 o'clock start originally, is that pitch taken outside for ball 2 and 1. Bus got here, we were told 7:10 start. We are on delay here, so if you're watching this on Nashua ETV or we're not live streaming, so we're actually a couple minutes behind here. But the Vineyard made it, and we have some baseball here on Thirsty Thursday at Holman Stadium.
Mossau throwing a 3-1 pitch that just catches the upper outer to Shapiro. So pretty good pitch on 3-1 there, not one that Shapiro wanted to hack at. Count has gone full to the leadoff batter in the ball game. Hard grounder to the right side. Good skidding stop, a foot race, and the Silver Knights first baseman will get there first.
Ryan Berardino with a great job. Mosso, the left-handed pitcher, falling off towards the third base side of the mound, so a longer way to run. Berardino had to take that himself, slid in, and luckily didn't hurt his ankle. 1 down here.
Good read by Berardino. Had he hesitated 1 more half a second, Shapiro would have beaten him to the bag. And good range, too, by the Silver Knights first baseman to take a hit away. That ball was struck pretty sharply, though, on the ground. Another good job of painting the inside corner on a first pitch fastball from Mossau, this time to the 2 batter in the order for the Sharks, Tyler Wincig, W-I-N-C-I-G, first baseman for the Sharks. Shattered bat, flies in the air, and a good play made at third by the Silver Knights' Nate Cormier, who was not distracted by, was that something like one of those martial arts spears? Nunchucks, yeah, it was a nunchuck, half a nunchuck with a jagged edge flying through the air, and fortunately fell harmlessly between pitcher and short.
Real good play there by Cormier, keeping his composure, focusing on the ball, and making a real nice throw over to first. 2 down quickly here, so a good start right now from Mosso.
Who must be determined to get that first win of the year, Jason, you think, on a beautiful July night here at home.
I would think, and most importantly what we're seeing here, it looks like he's mixing his pitches pretty well early on, and he's also catching some paint, so
yeah,
his placement working for him thus far.
Pitching in a pennant race here. Nice block by Teddy Bodette, the catcher for the Silver Knights. So we hear some sirens in the background here. There's, of course, a Nashua fire station just steps away from Holman Stadium on Amherst Street. Welcome to our audience of Nashua ETV viewers. We have recorded this game for you from Thursday, July 26th of 2018. We're in the first inning with 2 out and nobody on, and that one's fouled sharply toward the Silver Knights bullpen by the 3-hitter Jackson Raper, third baseman.
Raper of the 309 batting average right now.
And he has filled up the extra base hits category with a couple of homers, a triple, and 5 doubles. Slowly hit toward the middle of the diamond. Scooping that up is Nick Biddison in plenty of time. A 1-2-3 inning. Thanks in part to a fine defensive play at first by Berardino. And we'll see how the Silver Knights fare in the bottom half of the first in a scoreless game so far.
I think important to mention there, John, is the, again, pitch placement for Mosso really dictated where those batters were putting the ball in play, and Jeff allowing his defense to make plays behind him, and they're going to have to do that, and I know he'll probably take that.
Tomorrow night, the Pittsfield Suns, I should say tomorrow, if you're listening or watching this and recording, it's maybe past already, but just looking at the schedule for the Silver Knights, a lot of home games remaining in the next 2 weeks. They are home on the 27th of July, a Friday night fireworks night against Pittsfield. They have Saturday and Sunday games this weekend against Bridgeport and the Brockton Rocks. The Friday night starts are 6:45 for fireworks, 6:05 on Saturday, and 5 o'clock on Sunday, July 29. And they'll stay at home as we go into August. Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday games to close out the home schedule, August 1, 2, and 4. So make your plans to come to historic Holman Stadium. Be ashamed to go the entire summer and not get to a Silver Knights game. It's not a bad seat in the house, family-friendly atmosphere, affordable prices for the whole family.
You mentioned that busy schedule, John, for the Silver Knights, and home cooking, so to speak, might serve them well here down the stretch as they play teams that they are quite capable of beating. They're close to them in the standings. You mentioned Pittsfield certainly here tonight with Martha's Vineyard, and pitching going to be a real important factor with all these games coming up in a row. Sean Babineau on the hill for the Vineyard tonight, and Babineau is a lefty, 5'10", 155-pounder. His hometown is Ashland. Pitches out of Springfield College.
So we don't have the Navigators schedule in front of us. That's the team that the Silver Knights are vying for that final playoff spot. But it'd be hard to imagine that they have a better schedule than the Silver Knights. There are 10 games remaining, including this one, and 7 of them are here in Nashua. That should help the Silver Knights' cause. So leadoff duty for Austin White of the Silver Knights, takes ball 1 low and away. Speedy left-hand hitting right fielder takes a strike, and he's talking to the umpire about, is that the bottom of the zone? And I think the umpire nodded his head yes. The 1-1 took a lot off of that 79-mile-an-hour changeup / slow curveball, and it's 1-2.
Babineau working quickly. That was a really good pitch.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
And
he goes back to it. That was actually off the plate to get the strikeout. So 1 up, 1 down in the Silver Knights first.
Number 10, Nate Cormier.
Nate Cormier, the batter.
Babineau, 6 starts, has a 2-2 record with a 2.36 ERA. So 38 up 34.1 innings, giving up 34 hits as that first pitch comes inside on Cormier.
Oh, we were just looking at the Navigators' schedule to see maybe if they tell us what their maybe you can get it. We wondered how many home games they have. The Silver Knights have 7 out of 10. Line drive, base hit to right center. It's going to get cut off out there with solid single. First base hit of the game for either team, and the Silver Knights have 1 aboard here in the first with 1 out. Nice hit by Nate Cormier.
Real good hit, solid contact right back out the middle.
So Nashua TV's executive producer Pete Johnson has called up the Navigators schedule for me here. The home games are on the right. Okay, so if they're on the right, they're home. We are at July 26th, so they've got a lot of home games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out. Oh, 8 out of 10 or 11. So they have just as many home games remaining as the Silver Knights do. So it's going to be kind of a fair fight. Yeah. And also, let's see, one of them's got to be, oh yeah, the Silver Knights play North Shore here. No, that was last month. Oh my gosh, at Fraser Field in Lynn for the final game of the season is right. August 5 on a Sunday. That could mean everything. That could be the beginning of the playoffs.
Could be. Every game counts from here on out. As Cody Morissette, New Hampshire product out of Exeter High School, Boston College bound. 2 balls and 1 strike.
We'll see if Cormier's a threat to steal Jason at first base. He's got some sun in his eyes as he takes the lead off of first.
Pretty healthy lead there too, John. It looked like that last time. You have a lefty on the hill, so pretty easy throw over there. We'll see if he checks him. 3-1 now, though, to Morissette. So
something you don't generally have to deal with as a base runner is a low sun in your eyes, but he's sharing the burden.
Goes the other way. Look at that.
Beautiful
what a good
hit.
piece of hitting right there by Cody Morissette.
First and second for the Silver Knights on 2 solidly hit singles, and the cleanup hitter in prime position here to get the home team on the board. Berardino's already made a nice defensive play in the game. Will bat for the first time against Babineau. Berardino, 296 on the season, has a homer, a triple, and 9 doubles in 29 games started and played. Pitch from Babineau took a lot off. That's going to be a base hit the other way again.
Wow, they're going
and they're
anywhere
going to
they
send
want.
the runner as it's just plunked out into right field. They'll go first and third, 1-0 RBI single. Not all that solidly struck for
You know what,
Berardino.
though? That might be a case right there, John, where the rain and maybe the wet outfield, maybe the grass a little heavier, a little longer. That ball hit the grass and just kind of died there. So that slow roller, BJ Neverett saw that and sent the runner. And a good play. 1-0 Silver Knights.
Ball just plunking out in the Everglades swamp out there. It doesn't look that bad,
No.
actually. But no, you're right. It's playing that way. It's heavy grass with the wetness out there. And ball wasn't going anywhere once it hit. It was a good call by B.J. Neverett, the head coach and the third base coach for the Silver Knights, to wave home the lead runner with the run.
You also have to like the way, John, the Silver Knights are picking and choosing their spots. They have a good read on the pitch and where they want to send them.
Yeah, 3 straight hits. 1-0 the Silver Knights lead. They've got first and third and a chance to do more damage with DH Joe Bramante. Big swing. Strike one.
Joe had bad intentions with that swing.
Yeah. About 20 years ago, there was a Joe Bramante that ran for governor. In my newspaper days, I went to his house, beautiful house in the Exeter area. Spelled it differently. Ground ball to the shortstop, could be 2, goes off the chest, and it gets none. Second run scores 2-0. A big break there for the Silver Knights. First error of the game, a very costly one, too. You saw Babineau take his hat off and kind of rub the back of his head like, oh, gee, I thought I had it. I thought I was out of the inning. Instead, only one out. They get nobody, and the rally continues for the Silver Knights.
Yeah, no doubt that should have been an inning ender right there, John. And unfortunately, that ball got up into his chest. He couldn't control it, and Silver Knights say thank you very much and tag another one on the board.
You know, it did take a little bit of a funny bounce, but I'm sure if you asked Kellan Hathaway, the Martha's Vineyard shortstop, if he should have had it, he would say yes. Line drive, base hit inside the line.
That could score 2 here, John. We'll see what BJ Neverett does.
He waves on the first one, and he holds the second on a ringing double just inside the stripe from Jeff Costello. The Silver Knights filling up the hit column here in the first inning. 2 runs in on that double by Bramante, a 3-0 Silver Knights lead as the 2, 3, 4 batters in the order all score 4 straight base hits.
And Nick Rapasso came out to speak to the lefty at the mound. Quick meeting just to.
Oh, that was Bramante, right? Costello's up
Yeah,
now.
Costello.
Bramante with the nice double.
No, the error was Bramante.
Oh, the error.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So
got behind.
Costello, that was Costello, and this will be Biddison.
So Nick Biddison is up there. I learned something looking at the roster today that really surprised me. Nick Biddison is only 17 years old. He'll turn 18 on July 30, which is 3 days from now. So he's a young'un. I mean, I know a lot of these guys are college bound, but
right.
Hard hit at the second baseman. He's got it for a double
there.
play.
Yeah.
So the Martha's Vineyard Sharks get a bit of a break back after committing an error on a tailor-made double play ball that extended the inning. That one ends the inning, but not before the Silver Knights score 3 big runs. So after one full 3-0, the home team leads it. Battle of number 7 versus number 1, and the Martha's Vineyard Sharks really, I'm sure they didn't make too many errors like that during the regular season, Jason.
Well, they're comfortably in front right now, John, with a 30-13 record. They're 2 games up of Worcester. Have to think they feel pretty confident in what they've done thus far this season. But as we all know, you can't. The wolf is at the door here with the Silver Knights. These are guys that have proven if you leave that door cracked just a little bit, they're going to kick it in and they're going to make some noise. And they've won their last 2, have the Silver Knights. So hoping to make it 3 in a row here tonight. And if you're Jeff Mosso, you have to feel pretty good pitching with the lead as we head to the top of the second here.
Yeah, he's doing the math, so he figures he's on pace to get 27 runs tonight. And it never works that way. So to the top of the second inning we go. Jason Roby, longtime football coach. Any stories about arriving to the field late with your team due to unforeseen difficulties?
Yeah, no,
and having to
purposely.
play?
There are a few times we went to, Bill Hardy was the head coach, and Pinkerton was a big rival back then, and Coach Hardy said, we're going to show up late, and we're going to get there late, and we're not going to take the field for the coin toss.
What, on purpose?
On purpose. And
first pitch fastball misses down and in.
We took the penalty. There was a penalty for a delayed game prior to the game starting, and but we won the game. Coach Hardy was, we had good teams. That's a shot right there.
Very
like it's
high and deep, but with a beat on it, Tyree, a couple steps shy of the warning track, puts it away for out number 1. So it's been 4 up, 4 down so far for Mosso.
Williams College, number 7.
But at any rate, it was a move that worked out for us. We ended up winning the game. Pinkerton was looking for us. Where's Nashua? Where's Nashua? And
you won the game.
We won the game.
No,
yeah,
I just don't get the strategy.
I think he was trying to get into. There was this big pregame hullabaloo, warm up that they used to do, and try to get in the heads of their
home
opponents.
crowd. Yeah,
nobody's there.
You didn't want
can't
any
see
part of it.
So,
exactly.
So we came running
I
over
like
the hill,
that.
and
okay, yeah. It's a psych out job. They're trying to get the 12th man involved and psych out the opposing team, and you guys ended up
on the high side
with the right formula.
Yep, exactly right.
Ground ball to third base, up with it in plenty of time. Nate Cormier with another nice play. He's made 2 so far of the 5 outs.
Just to kind of round that story out, John, I will tell you there may have been some years we would have been better suited not getting off the bus at Pinkerton and just staying home. So, but that was one of the times that it worked out for us.
I remember getting to a baseball game very late because we got lost in the Boston Wolfpack travel tournament team, over 40 team. So we are going to Surprise Stadium in Phoenix, Arizona from Mesa, where we stayed, and got lost. Like a half hour worth of lost, or maybe 45 minutes. We get to the field, the other team, we're the visiting team for the purposes of the game, is already on the field. The starting pitcher's throwing pitches, and they're ready to go. Game time is like now, and Steve Wolf, the manager of the Wolf Pack, tells me I'm leading off, so I sprinted, big swing and a miss, 1 and 2, to get down to the dugout, put my cleats on, and literally get out of the dugout and go right up to bat, so we don't get forfeit. We don't forfeit, because we're not there on time. So I get into the batter's box, and the pitcher, big lefty pitcher, sort of like the guy here, looks really familiar, mid to late 40-ish guy, big guy, he looks imposing, So I'm hoping to do okay, and he throws me a kind of a lazy slider, and I line it to right field for a single. Nice. And I'm like, wow, we should get to the game late all the time. And he takes all the nerves out. Big swing and a miss. What a good inning. Another one, 2 in a row for Mosso, who's retired the first 6 Martha's Vineyard batters in a row in a potent lineup. So to finish the story, the next time I'm up, I got hit in the shoulder with the ball. And the next time I'm up, I was a lot more nervous. And I'll tell you why. Because they told me who the pitcher was. When everybody got in the dugout and we got it settled and everything, and Steve Wolf comes over, John, you know who that pitcher is, right? No, it's Danny Jackson. He pitched for the Kansas City Royals in the back in the day. He was a 20-game winner one year.
Wow.
So my next time up, I was all nervous. He drilled me in the front shoulder.
Yeah.
And I should have had him sign it because it left the stitches. I should have had him sign my shoulder and take a picture of it, but that was back really before
Sometimes knowledge is not power, not knowing what you're facing.
Exactly. I didn't want to know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to know that because I probably would have stood there and took 3.
you know, when you don't have time to think about it. Sometimes is a better, you know.
Yeah, you're talking about getting in the football game late and playing great and winning and stuff.
Well, clearly Pinkerton was thinking about where's Nashua.
Yeah.
And, we were just like, no, we're good. And
we're in the end zone.
You know, it was something.
Yeah.
And we took a delay of game penalty.
How about that?
Yeah.
Man?
And
that's Belichickian of you.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't my call. Not something I would. I mean, you know, there were times where we got slowed down on the Hudson Bridge. We hit that traffic going over to Alvern or to Londonderry or something.
Yeah.
But
so the Silver Knights, who had 4 or 5 really hard hit balls in the first inning off of Sean Babineau, will send their 8-9-1 batters to the plate here in the second inning, enjoying a 3-0 lead behind a fine start so far by their lefty, Jeff Mousseau. That first pitch just barely missed a twisting Luke Tyree, who looked suspiciously like he was sticking his knee out to get hit by it, but it missed him. Second pitch swinging, and he lofts a fly ball directly at the left fielder.
Had him shaded perfectly there.
Colin Shapiro hardly had a move. 1 up, 1 down in the second. Teddy Bodette, the catcher for Nashua, will bat now.
Teddy has a 180 batting average. He's
from Northeastern, right?
Northeastern product.
From Franklin, New Hampshire, looks at ball 1. Entering his junior year at Northeastern.
Wears the stirrup socks the way they're supposed to be worn.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss there.
When I was a high school senior, I played with a junior. I played with a all-state high school pitcher and shortstop that went to Northeastern named Billy O'Leary. He wore his stirrups just like that. He got drafted, didn't make it to the majors, but quite an amateur career. Boston Park League after that. And my high school coach, Dave Coleman's in the Northeastern Baseball Hall of Fame.
You played for Dave Coleman, did you?
You know him?
Different Dave Coleman, I think. There's a Nashua Dave
from
Coleman
Canton,
as well.
Massachusetts?
Yeah,
yeah. He was only a baseball and hockey coach. He was a hockey coach as well.
Okay.
And he played AAA baseball for the Baltimore Orioles. There was no Rule 5 draft back then. He was behind Elrod Hendricks and Andy Etchebarren, and he never got the call up to the major leagues, and he was very upset about it, and he took it out on us on a regular basis.
Rightfully so.
Yes, big swing and a miss, and Bodette
play.
goes down. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. And also, I will say, he took batting practice 1 time in my high school career with Boston Latin Wolfpack, and I was playing third base in BP, and he scared me. He hit the ball so hard. It was major league power. He was only like, I think, 38 years old when he was my coach in high school. He'd just been released 4 or 5 years earlier. And he smoked a few balls. Cleveland Circle wasn't the best grounds kept
place
field.
place to practice. Yeah.
It was like ricochet rabbit hops sometimes. You didn't know where they were going, but yeah, I was impressed. 1-1 count. Austin White, we're back to the top of the order.
Top of the order here as we are in the bottom of the second inning. The Silver Knights with a 3-0 lead over the Sharks off of 4 hits and an error.
So Austin went 1-2 and ended up striking out. They say that 1-1 pitch is the most key pitch in baseball statistically, and you can kind of see why. He's 3-1 now. He didn't bite at the 2-1 fastball away. Now, Babineau's got to come to him. 3 balls and 1 strike. And he missed. We both thought that was outside.
I thought he missed by a lot.
Yeah, White might be shaking his head inside. He's taking a little bit of a walk without trying to show the umpire up too much, but that's an indication that, okay, I kind of thought I should be on first base right now. 3-2, and I think he's going right back there, Jason, with this pitch.
I would. Yeah.
Grounded high off the plate. It's going to be a tough play with the speed of White. Throw to first.
He got there.
Safe,
he got there.
says.
Yeah, he got there, no doubt.
Yeah, and you see the pitcher wiping his hand.
Yeah.
He didn't put anything on that throw. A pitcher that can throw 80s. He really kind of just threw a changeup to first base, and Austin White beat it out. Infield single, so poetic justice.
There you go. And White comes back and gets a hustle play.
Yeah, and you know, devilish pitcher that he is, I think he threw it like 1 inch further outside than the one that was taken for strike 2, and Austin couldn't afford to let that go by.
He couldn't sit there with the bat on his shoulder.
Throw to first, and they almost threw it up the right field line, which probably would have put Austin on third base. Sunshine is just a factor for the Sharks right fielder, Luke Hartman, who is really having a difficult time shielding his eyes out there, and they almost send a slicer his way. This is where I was saying that, okay, so your positioning tells you that you want to stand there for this right-handed batter, Nate Cormier. You want to stand in that straightaway position. You should just abandon that right now. Go stand in
some shadows.
Go find the shadow right to your, even though
Yeah.
you might be a little bit out of position,
Yeah.
at least you can see the ball.
Right.
Babineau to first again and back.
Were
in
you
plenty of time.
were you a sunglasses guy or an eye black kind of guy, John?
Sunglasses.
Yep.
I think that eye black was just almost like superstition. I really don't think it worked that much. I'd bring the sunglasses out to second base.
Sun's always out when you're cool, right?
Yeah. The flip downs, I had those.
Yeah.
Throw to first, not in time. I had prescription glasses in high school, so I got those things that attached.
Oh yeah.
But now they have contacts. You just get the ones that are non-prescription, and they still flip down. Or you can just wear sunglasses the whole time, like David Ortiz, while you're hitting.
Why not?
I don't understand how he could do that while he was hitting. He probably had awesome
Great
sunglasses.
eyesight, yeah.
It probably like made everything even brighter and clearer at the plate.
It was like fishing sunglasses, like it was like
Fishing
Bill
sunglasses?
Dance or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
maybe.
Specially treated. 0-1 is the count. Nate Cormier singled and started a rally, a 3-run rally in the first inning. Here he is batting in the second with 2 out. And a snap throw this time, and an acrobatic play over there
And
by
that's
Tyler Winsig to save it.
the last few times he's thrown over there. That's been towards the second base side of
He
the bag,
has,
really.
yeah.
And a good play by the first baseman. Otherwise, White standing on second.
And it looks like his preoccupation with
Yeah.
White at first base is throwing him off here control-wise. As
Raposo made a pretty good stop there.
Nate Cormier had to do a bit of a dance to avoid getting hit in the foot with that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In the dirt again, the throw to first, and that was closer.
Boy, that was close. And you know, this is one of the things that BJ never talked about is in the FCBL, you're 1 umpire short than what you've been in years past. So the positioning of the umpire sometimes that's tough to see.
He might be
may
guessing.
He may be, well, he
might
may have
guess
been
in your
blocked.
favor.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he might be blocked.
he
and
was
has
definitely
no choice
safe.
but to guess. Hard hit over the leap of the shortstop for another base hit. 7 hits in the game for the Silver Knights, first and second with 2 outs.
and no extra base hits either, John. All singles, but hit sharply, hit in the right spots, and
Well, actually, I guess they beat me. I was looking at the hits column before that ball even landed, and it said 6. Do you have,
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 hits for the.
including the one we just
yes,
saw?
including the one we just saw.
Wow, I'm impressed. That was quick, man.
Yeah.
It hadn't even hit the blades of the grass yet, and we had the 6 up in the column. So
That's because we do a heck of a job up here, John.
they
we are,
do.
we
Everybody's
are
on
top
the
of
ball,
things, you know.
literally on the ball. So another opportunity for Cody Morissette, who went the other way his last time up, base hit to left field. And he does it again. And they're going to be loaded. I think they got to hold him right there. The left fielder was cheating in.
Yeah.
And even with 2 outs, no chance for the speedy Austin White to score. Left fielder
And
Colin Shapiro was way in.
watching that back, BJ looked like he wanted to wave him in, but it was just too risky of a play.
Yeah, it was a suicide mission at that point. So Cormier is 2 for 2, and here's Cody Morissette with a chance to go 2 for 2.
Ryan Berardino.
Oh,
first
Berardino,
baseman, yeah.
excuse me. Cody Morissette just got that base hit. So 3 hits in a row for the top of the order with 2 out. And the cleanup hitter, Ryan Berardino, who, correct me, he dumped the one into right field
He
last
did,
time?
and he could definitely do some damage here.
Sure could. 3-0 lead for the Silver Knights. Chance to do some 2-out damage, and a foul ball off to our right. Big hack by Berardino, but Good job by Babineau not to put that out over the middle of the plate. Nothing juicy about it. It was on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, they do have 7 hits up there now. Is there an infield? 1, 2,
7
3,
hits now.
4,
Yep.
5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's 7 hits after that last hit. So it's another strike on Berardino. Babineau trying to pitch out of a jam. A 2-out rally. Ground ball. Grass cutter. Charging. Nice play
Great
by
play.
the Shark shortstop, Kellan Hathaway, to save a run and to keep that inning from going on. 3-0 remains the score. The Silver Knights leave them loaded despite 3 hits in the inning.
So the frustration for Babineau is really limited because you're giving up those hits, but you're not giving up the runs that time. So
Right.
chance to you tied that inning. That inning was a wash.
Martha's Vineyard is still very much in this game. When's the last time you went to Martha's Vineyard, Jason?
I'm going to say
What's your name?
it was in the year 1990. 98 maybe, 97, 98. I have not been to the Vineyard
In this
since then.
century. This is it a century? Yeah.
Yep.
Last century, this century.
Yep.
Good luck, guys.
And
Ready?
wow, it's going
Good
back.
decade, yeah,
You've been
it's-
so busy though. I mean, it's
You know,
yeah.
there are other places. You know,
There are other places. There are other
I
places.
did.
Yeah.
I tell you this though, I did enjoy it when I was there. I loved it, and yeah, at some point I'll get back there. I don't know.
I enjoy the Martha's Vineyard movie every summer, every year. Jaws.
Yeah, one of my
bum.
all-time favorites.
Bum, bum,
Quint.
bum,
Yeah.
bum. And I guess it's a mixed blessing for Martha's Vineyard to be known for that movie because it's huge publicity. The beaches look
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But
There's
there
a
was
scene-
some great white sightings around
Yes.
the area this summer.
Little, very minuscule claim
You
to
gonna
fame.
mention a particular scene?
There's a scene where Brody goes into the hospital and has the mayor sign the paper. We'll hire Quint to go kill the shark. And
Oh, yeah.
there's a priest standing at the counter of the hospital talking to a nurse, and that priest was actually friends with my uncle. So there you go. There's my claim to fame.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll be
know-
signing autographs after the game here tonight if anybody wants to.
That's a good one. Line drive, base hit to center to start off the 3rd inning here for Martha's Vineyard as they try to get on the scoreboard. As Jason was talking about, the good pitching by Babineau, with his back against the wall there, bases loaded, keeps his team in the game, very much so, just down by 3 early as we have the leadoff batter aboard. That was Luke Hartman was the first
Yeah, it was
base runner
Hartman,
in
the
game.
right fielder.
Yeah.
Solid single there. So leadoff single, and Chase Muscola, the second baseman, coming up now.
Yeah, Moso had retired the first 6 Shark batters in order. We'll talk about the Sharks.
I could talk Jaws all night, by
Yeah.
the way, just so you know. So, I mean, I
Okay.
definitely got to focus on this, but I can quote pretty much the entire movie start to finish.
So I got this comparison on my brain because I've seen video and read a Sports Illustrated article about him. But if there was a baseball player in my lifetime who I would have compared to Quint,
Oh, man.
who I would say, I know he's not an actor, but he would be my equivalent of Quint
Right?
in a baseball uniform, Kirk Gibson.
Yeah. Sure.
Just crazy
Great
and
comparison.
enough,
Great
competitive
comparison.
enough. He is the Quint of baseball.
So who would Tom King be? He'd be the Richard Dreyfuss guy, maybe?
He would,
Or
you know what? He would never get on a boat like that. He would be too chicken. Ground ball slowly hit to the second baseman. And retires 1 at first base, and that advances the runner to second base. So the 8 hitter in the order, Chase Mascola, is out. And at second is Hartman. Tom King would be one of those bathers that is sprinting for the beach and saying, Sheriff Brody, save me.
he'd have that tri-folded foil thing just for tanning purposes, right?
Yeah.
Kai Nelson, the right fielder. The number 9 hitter now for Martha's Vineyard.
He would never go to the beach, period. He's like in the among a crowd. He might walk a boardwalk, but strike call. He's got his own compound with his own pool. That's his idea of sunning himself. Kai Nelson, spells it K-A-I, right fielder for the Sharks. Looking for a 0-1 pitch from Mosso, and nice block by Bodette keeps the runner at second. Mosso looks like a tall guy, and he's listed at 6'5", in Bedford, New Hampshire. Checks the runner at second. Big swing.
It's a nice pitch right there.
Yeah, a little bit of tail on it looked like too. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Kai Nelson tries to bat his way out of the 9 spot in the order at the expense.
I think, John, if you were 6'5", you would have made the show. If you were 6, yeah.
Let's go out and say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have abandoned shortstop and just gone on the hill.
Yeah.
So maybe
to be 6'5",
try to be the pitcher. Yeah.
Man. Great pitch there. Wow.
And even, 6'5", 5'5", it still takes practice to get that kind of a touch on your changeup.
Man, 75 on the gun.
Yeah. And it looked like it was going to be the heater.
Yeah.
And I don't blame Kai Nelson for being way out in front. Second strikeout of the game for Jeff Mosso.
That was literally 10 mile an hour, just about a 10 mile an hour difference on that pitch.
So 2 outs now. That one's high to the leadoff batter. Colin Shapiro grounded out sharply to the first baseman, Ryan Berardino, in the first inning, leading off the ball game. A good play by Berardino to first grab it and then beat the speedy Shapiro to first in a foot race. Up and in, 2 balls and no strikes. I think Mosso thought that should have been called a strike.
Looked a little inside from here.
Yeah, it did. Look a little.
And maybe even high as well.
Yep. The 2-0 is on the way. And no, it's an inside move. As John Roper, the former Cincinnati Red pitcher and Nashua Pride pitcher, taught me is the correct term for that. Inside move, swinging your leg around to second base. Which I think should be outlawed, by the way. I don't get how you get to pick up your lead foot and not throw to home when your back foot's on the rubber. I don't get that. Why that rule's in there. It's cheating. As a base runner, it's like, what?
Roper made a career out of it then, right?
Yeah. I'm taught to look at his lead foot. When he picks it up, I go.
That's
strike on the outside corner.
Right there.
That was a really good pitch. That was paint at 83 miles an hour. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Jeff Mosso is 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning unscathed. Colin Shapiro has other ideas in this lefty-lefty matchup. That's a changeup that's in the dirt that time. It was kind of an easy take for Shapiro, easy for me to say. It was
couple of big, excuse me there, John, a couple of big blocks for Bodette so far tonight in this inning, especially.
Yeah, if he misses 2 of those, runner gets to third and home. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. First base is empty. And the pitch. Foul back, and what a hack Shapiro had at that one. Sun no longer a factor for the right fielders in this game. In this case, it's Austin White for the Silver Knights, who is playing Shapiro slightly to pull and deep in right. The 3-2 pitch. In the dirt, he walked him. So treating Shapiro with quite a bit of respect there after he had a mighty hack at a fastball and just fouled it back. First and second with 2 outs. And here is Tyler Winsig, the first baseman and the 2-hitter for the Sharks.
Grounded out to the shortstop, his first at bat.
Martha's Vineyard trying to get their first run of the game. Their first 6 batters went down in order. And the 7th batter in the order, leading off the 3rd inning, singled to center, and he's still at second base. That is Luke Hartman. 1 ball and no strikes to Winsig. Big swing, and he fouled it straight back. He got a really good look at a pitch that was like middle, and he somehow missed it. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mosso might have been living a bit dangerously with that pitch. He probably wants to try to get it on the frame more. 1-1 count now as he checks Hartman at second and comes to the plate. That is right there, just above the knees over the outer third. And Mosso, to his credit, is not nibbling. He has a 1-2 count on Winsig.
Winsig has, let's see here, no home runs on the season, so let's hope it stays that way, and he's not due. Slow breaking ball. Great play at
Gobbled
third.
up and in time.
Wow.
Cormier.
I'll tell you what, right there, Cormier's made a couple of great plays at third base thus
Sure
far
has.
tonight, and there's one of them.
Sure-handed third baseman ends the threat with a spinorama move on a ball a hitter took away in the hole. So the Sharks leave 2 runners, 1 in scoring position, and Mosso has kept them scoreless, the #1 team in the league, through 3 full innings. It's a 3-0 Nashua Silver Knights lead. John Collins along with Jason Roby. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill as we bring you this recorded on Thursday, July 26th of 2018. It was a mixed bag of weather today, but it's turned into a beauty of a night to be at the ballpark.
And what's your name, Buzz? Lucas?
Silver Knights bowling over here.
Perfect.
Tire as hard as you can with the help of your brother and try to knock
Do you
down
bowl?
these 5
I'm sorry?
hits.
Have you do bowl?
I've been known to
They are a little bit
be in the gutter a time or two.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm one of those people that just bowls very occasionally and then still expects to do well, but oh,
Wow, you got to give him another chance there.
yeah.
Got to give him another chance.
The gutter, is that the gutter ball?
I
Equivalent?
think
The
he's
gutter
rolling it
tire?
uphill. That's the problem.
Oh,
the
yeah.
field is tilted a little bit.
There
It's got
we
a
go.
chance. That's
Oh,
got a
this
chance.
That's a strike.
Oh, that's
It's right
got
in
him.
the pocket.
That's got them all. Yep.
Congratulations. Good job,
Wow, nice job there.
Wow, they look like the.
I really thought the Silver Knights players would be a little more agile than that.
Well, they just went down like the Brazilian soccer team. I mean, it just,
Yeah,
that's all
but the fans are going to throw rocks at them.
the only difference is the Brazilian soccer team wouldn't have been on their feet yet.
I saw that the swing and a foul tip there for strike one. They were throwing rocks at the Brazilian bus when they came home. Like,
Oh,
like
no,
from the World
really?
Cup. Yeah.
Oh,
I was.
because what didn't they get?
They got upset.
Oh,
in
in the
semis.
first round of the
No,
semis.
it was the semifinals.
Semis.
I'm pretty sure there was a semis.
Yeah, not good enough, huh? On the inside corner, 1-2 as Babineau working quickly with nobody on base once again. Joe Bramante reached on an error by the shortstop his first time up. A fortunate play for the Silver Knights that gave him an extra 2 runs, 2 unearned runs in that productive first inning. Oh, that was a show up. The catcher for the Sharks. That was way outside, Jason.
That wasn't even close.
Nick Raposo, the
Not
catcher for Martha's Vineyard, went to
even
throw the ball
close.
around the infield on a 2-2
And you know what? He
pitch.
probably just cost him this one too. Oh,
Very high
He's
and
gonna
deep
run
to
for
right
it.
field, and it's a long run, and it's
He
going
lost
to be in the triangle out there. And into second base, Bramante coasts in with a double, an opposite field double that would have brought some more rain if there were any clouds left. That was a sky job that nearly snuck its way out of here.
you know, the
Leadoff double.
I might also add there, the right fielder, Luke Hartman, playing very, very shallow on that.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
Opposite field. Sometimes
Opposite
the
field, they
outfielder
play,
would cheat
yeah,
in.
maybe, but that looked really shallow.
Yeah. Joe Bramante
And
showing off that DH power of his.
If we've seen anything here tonight, John, it's the Silver Knights' ability to go the other way. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
6'4" and 225 pounds, and he got a good hold of that one from North Andover, Massachusetts. Bramante's on at second base, and a slow curve swung over the top of by Jeff Costello, who doubled sharply inside the left field line his first time up. Plate 2 runs. Babineau's pitch is outside. As high as that was and kind of got behind the outfielder, I was thinking triple, were you?
A little bit.
Yeah, I was.
A little bit.
Hard hit to center, base
That's
hit.
going to play to run.
They're going to wave him in. And the throw will be not in time. Throw to second won't happen. Sliding in alertly is Jeff Costello. RBI single. And he takes second on the throw home. So
You
4-0.
almost wonder there, John, if the pitcher doesn't make a play on that, did they have a shot at the runner at the plate?
Yeah, you know what? It would have been close, but no cigar, I think. Yeah. It seemed to be like a 2 or 3 hopper, maybe.
Maybe. They
Just
definitely
didn't have
wanted the
enough
runner.
power,
They
yeah.
definitely wanted the runner at second.
But that said, if you're going to cut it off, you should cut it off because
Right.
the runner would have been dead to rights.
Another shot that's going to fall in.
That's a
Play
big
another
hit.
run.
And they're going to wave home. You're right. No play at the plate. They'll throw it to second base. It's a 5-0 lead. Nick Biddison, the soon-to-be 18th birthday boy, lines a single. A second time he's hit the ball hard tonight. The first he lined into a double play to end the first inning, but he's got an RBI, and it's a 5-0 Silver Knights lead here in the third inning.
If you're BJ Never, you have to feel really good about the fact that you're continuing to put the wood on the ball, but now you're scoring runs. Now you're plating some guys, and they're not frustrated. They keep doing what they're doing and winning the inning.
Stringing hits together.
Is the term, yes. There you
Yes.
go.
That's what you want to
That's
do.
yep. It's like we're going to have a meeting on the mound here with the pitching coach.
10 hits, double digits for the Silver Knights now. And there's only there's nobody out here in the third inning.
You know,
impressive.
And some might say death by mosquito bite with all these singles, but these balls are hit sharply and they're hit to the opposite field, and it's almost like they're having their way.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, as you're well aware, it's not always your night, and
Right.
you know, Babineau is maybe finding that out here tonight.
Now we're talking about what a big guy Jeff Mosso is, the starting pitcher for the Silver Knights. Babineau is more a mere mortal. It appears
Right.
more my size. Let me see. He is 5'10", 155.
All right.
I guess I got 30 pounds on him, but he does look slight, but he's got that live arm. Has run into trouble here against a hot-hitting Silver Knights team suddenly with home cooking.
And if you're the Silver Knights, Raposo's thrown down on the snap throw to first 2 or 3 times tonight, and he's been close. So Silver Knights have to be careful. You don't want to give these guys any freebies. Make them earn those outs.
We're going to have to put Raposo on a pitch count. Because, there goes the runner. Throw to second base. It's a good one.
See, I'm going to tell you right
he
now.
He calls him out. Wow.
And he was out, in my opinion. The way that he's throwing the ball on those snap throws to first, he's close. And so, I don't know.
Yeah.
You get basically you're giving him a warm-up throw.
Caught stealing.
And then you steal in the next pitch. You just gave him a warm-up throw.
Yeah, you did.
But again, that's why I'm sitting up here and coloring in boxes.
So Nick Biddison gets caught stealing. Luke Tyree flied out to the left fielder his first time up, getting to bat here in the third inning for the second time. Pretty good in the 8th spot in the order. That's a flinch by the home plate umpire. He calls it ball 3, 3-1. So Tyree in the driver's seat here.
And again, make the pitcher earn it. Don't give him freebies. Maybe a little greedy there. Let's see.
Up and
That's
in,
ball
good take.
4,
And he's on. So Luke's aboard. That's when you're the guy that just stole second. You say, all I had to do was relax. I'd be on second with a walk. You don't know, though. I mean, guy goes from the set to the
Hindsight's
windup.
a wonderful thing.
Exactly. Teddy Bodette struck out his first time up. Babineau's got 2 strikeouts in the game. 1 out, 3rd inning. Runner at first, and the Silver Knights with already 5 runs in. Good block by Raposo. Nick Raposo, the Martha's Vineyard catcher, is from Johnston, but no state given. So, is there only one Johnston in the United States? Ground ball and 2 high hops to the second baseman. Makes the tag, throws to first in
Great
time
play.
for the double play that ends it. Yeah.
Maybe it's a republic of some sort.
Yeah, it's a standalone republic. So, second baseman for Martha's Vineyard with the nice play was Chase Mascolo. And Bodette retired.
We're going to head to the top of the 4th here.
Another productive inning for the Silver Knights. 2 more up on the board, leading 5-0. Jeff Mosso, who Jason Roby announced at the beginning of the game was winless so far, is on track. I don't want to jinx him, but he's doing well.
Well, he's getting help
5
behind
runs.
him. His pitchers are finding the spots that they need to find, and he's getting some solid defensive play behind him. And that's all you can really ask for. And that's kind of been an area that manager B.J. Neverett has talked about. It's been an issue for them early on in the season, and certainly not even halfway through this one yet, but you have to like what you've seen thus far from both pitcher and the defense behind him. Foo Fighters here in the background. I'm going to see.
You have more musical knowledge.
I'm going to see Def Leppard and Journey at Fenway Park on August 11th.
Oh, speaking of the Foo Fighters, they were just
at
Fenway,
Fenway.
right?
That's what made me
and
think
you're
of
going
it.
to get to see. Are they playing together?
No, it's Journey, Def Leppard, and I want to say Cheap Trick. I think is opening up for both of them. So, but that should be a great show.
Yeah, that should be. Now, have you gone to a concert at Fenway before?
Yeah, I saw Dave Matthews.
Is there any
there.
optimal seating spot?
You know what?
I mean, now, obviously you want to be right in the first row down
the
stage,
acoustics,
but it's
the
not
acoustics aren't really great.
Yeah. I went to the Police concert there, and we sat in the upper. We sat in the. Was it roof box they call it on the left, the third base side?
Okay,
it was pretty good.
I've seen.
I felt like we were getting hit in the face with the music.
Yep.
It was like, I'd say even with the on-deck circle for the visiting team and the upper deck. It was pretty good.
It's actually my anniversary gift, my 17-year anniversary gift. So
nice.
Good stuff.
Yeah. The 1-0 pitch is on the way from Jeff Mosso to Martha's Vineyard leadoff batter here in the top of the 4th inning.
The third baseman, Jackson
Raper.
Grounded out to second, his first at bat back in the 1st inning.
1 hit for the Sharks. Big swing and a foul straight back. Raper's 6 feet, 180 pounds. And I'm going to guess this is Concord, New Hampshire, not Concord, Mass, hometown. But who knows? Could be. Catawba College. That's another look up for me. Catawba. Gets jammed and he fists it over the backstop screen down below. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Some games, you've done with me, Jason, there seems to be like 30 foul balls an inning, and this is not one of them. There's not been too many. Hard hit ground ball right at Binnison. He backed up a little bit, but gloved it cleanly for out number 1.
He really didn't have a chance to do too much.
Yeah.
He came at him in a hurry.
Self-defense. Yeah. So 2 at bats, 2 ground outs to second for Jackson Raper, the third baseman. And now here's Eric Foggo, who flied out to very deep center field his first time up, making a bid to go out of here to the deepest part of historic Holman Stadium with that fly ball. And he takes another giant cut. He's got to have a home run or 2 on the season. Let's see.
Yep.
Foggo.
Read my mind. I was
F-O-G-G-O.
looking for it as you said it.
I'm having a hard time finding the name too.
The
Oh, there it
the
is.
font is a little small.
Yeah. He's got 2 in 27 games. High to right. Austin White's coming in on it. It's kind of off the end of the bat. Makes a nice read and play. Out number 2 here in the 4th inning.
The shortstop from Williams College, number 7, Kellan.
Kellan Hathaway, the shortstop from Williams College. The longest bus ride in the Colby College baseball schedule. I got a good Williams College story.
I'd love to hear it.
All right, so I was really a health nut back in my high school, late high
As you
school,
still are.
college. Well, yeah. but
Clearly.
You know what? I didn't even have salad dressing or ice cream or soda for 10 years.
Wow.
Back in my college years. Ground ball through
Base
the
hit.
hole, base hit.
Nice hit by
So I'm
Hathaway.
like, Mr. Like, you know, read the labels,
Mm-hmm.
do all this. I don't do that anymore. You know, I eat cake. I digress from a very healthy diet on a regular basis now. But back then, I was all about muscle and fitness.
Sure.
Nothing bad they'll eat. So we're coming back from Williams, and there's only one stop for food. There's no food, and there's no post-game spread at Williams College for
Right.
Division III baseball. So Coach Koval announces, we're getting out here, and anybody want to eat, they better get it now. So it was McDonald's. That was
Oh,
the
boy.
only choice. Everybody loaded up at McDonald's. Like, I got to eat McDonald's. I was the only one
You didn't eat?
that asked. No,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I was the only one that threw up violently on the way
Afterwards.
home. We had to pull the bus over.
Yeah.
Everybody ate their food. I ate my food.
It's conditioning that you have to get, oh boy.
Throw to second in time.
Almost airmailed over the second baseman's head. But
Another good
play.
inning for Jeff Mousseau as we go to the bottom of the 4th, 5-0. The Silver Knights lead it. I had to ask the bus driver to pull over to the side of the road somewhere in central Massachusetts, or it might have been western New Hampshire. And
Lose your lunch, so
I
to speak.
did.
Yeah.
I just, everything. And people were like, we eat the same food. What happened to you? My body just rejected it.
It just, yeah.
It was so foreign. Like I mean, I enjoyed it as it was going down, but then it was like, oh no.
Food product. Right? Is
Rumbling.
it product or is it,
Yeah, you have to build up an immunity to it. If
they
I ate
s-
McDonald's right now, it wouldn't do anything to me. But
I
back
heard
then,
a great quote that,
that wasn't even a baseball story. I'm sorry.
No,
it's more
well,
like a
I
bus
mean,
ride
yeah.
story.
but a great quote is if when you look at, instead of looking at food for enjoyment, look at it as fuel, right? If you just look at food as fuel, sometimes it's an easier denial of the things that you'd really like to try or have, and of course, give me a steak, give me ice cream, give me those things are outstanding, and I'm trying to pound the pavement now. In the summer, usually I'm doing 4 miles a day, every day this summer. I'm doing these Tabata
shows,
workouts.
man.
No, it doesn't show yet, but I feel it. And and the scale, you can't
Yeah.
step on the scale because what happens is I do all that stuff, and then at night when I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Yeah.
grab something to eat, and you look in, and it's like, all right, you look at it as fuel. Don't look at it as as food. So
That's really good advice because everybody is guilty of that. We think of food as like an amusement park ride. Don't we? It's like, oh wow, what am I going to have
Yeah,
today?
yeah.
What's going to feel good going down?
no doubt.
And that's really biologically not how we were constructed.
Correct.
That we weren't. And the whole thing about when you go to a grocery store, you're supposed to shop on the perimeter.
The perimeter
not
of
in
the
middle
store,
of
stay
stores
out of the
if
middle.
you can, yeah.
Yep, no doubt about that.
It's sort of like a pitcher. We want to stay out of the middle of the plate.
It gets dangerous when you get in the middle
Exactly,
there.
yeah.
Yep, no doubt.
And unlike the grocery store, I think for the batter, that's where the meat aisle is, in the middle of the plate. You know, not the perimeter.
What's that called? Dead red?
Oh, Austin White swung with his right hand, but the bat stayed on his shoulder, and the umpire called it a foul tip into the mid, I think.
Interesting.
A weird one. 1-1 pitch, foul to the right. So Austin White got an infield single his last time up. He was 3-1 at one point in the count. Struck out his first time up when he went 1-2, and here we are at 1-2. So statistically, it is the tipping point between a successful at bat and an unsuccessful at bat, and we see it happen again. Leadoff batter retired here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Silver Knights trying to add to a 5-0 lead.
Being a baseball lifer, John, when do you start to talk to kids about pitches? When they should swing, when they shouldn't swing? Is that a high school thing more so, or
I think it is definitely a youth baseball thing. It's it took me a long time.
So it happens
to develop.
earlier than high school.
I think so, because what you see so often happen with youth kids is that it's just a lack of actually reps, but just the defensive mentality. Beautiful play again. The shortstop here for Martha's Vineyard has made a big error in this game. Let's not, couch it, but Kellan Hathaway otherwise
has been pretty
phenomenal. Making all the plays. I'm sure that error was probably the one and only time he messed up a tailor-made double play in a season that has shown Martha's Vineyard almost running away with things.
And sometimes one of those errors makes you refocus too. Makes you kind of get your head back into the game. But you were saying about the pitching.
My big thing is I think kids need to get into the batter's box and visualize a pitch in the strike zone that they can drive and give themselves permission to swing the second they get into the box, because it's sort of like, I don't know, I see a lot of defensive at-bats. Nice play by the first baseman this time, winning a foot race, Tyler Winsig, unassisted. So 3 up, 3 down for the Silver Knights here in the bottom of the fourth. Another thing is, too, if you watch an opposing pitcher warm up, and this is really true, especially in the youth leagues, the release point and the arc that the ball takes to the glove, and I do say arc for all the youth leagues, there's not a lot of pitchers that throw a ball in an absolute line into the catcher's glove.
Yeah.
It'll be repetition. There's a lot of repetition. You can't really change who you are as a thrower if you're a pitcher. So a batter in the on-deck circle can visualize himself hitting the pitch that this particular pitcher throws before they even get in the box. It's like it's going to be about 3 feet off the ground when he lets it go, and it's going to be about 1.5 feet when it gets to the catcher, and it's going to follow this kind of arc, and it's this kind of speed. And then you visualize yourself hitting that particular pitch in the strike zone.
Now, clearly,
from the first time you get in the box.
And the art of pitching, too, also has to deal with your body doesn't change. When the real good ones, your body looks the same for every pitch a lot of times.
Exactly,
right? So,
you don't
but the
give
younger
away.
ages,
They'll slow their body
tipping
down on a slow ball, and they'll grunt even, and then you can see it's going to be a fastball.
Right.
And that's a good thing to look for, too. There's tells.
Yep.
They say, even major league pitchers, there can be in the league for 10 years. They can give away pitches.
Oh, sure. Oh, well, when you have a bench full of guys, and not to mention all the video that these guys watch, but you have a bench full of guys watching you pitch. You know what somebody has.
I think it was Carlos Beltran when he joined the Astros for their World Series run. He told Dallas Keuchel, one of the starting pitchers for the Astros, hey, you've been tipping your pitches for 2 years. Well, now that you're my teammate, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, really, yeah.
So, but the best, I think the best reader of pitchers and pitches in my lifetime, by far, David Ortiz. He should get a hold of Devers and coach him, because that's the big problem for Devers right now. Just the way he mismanages some of his at-bats into outs. He's got so much talent, but it's almost like he's clueless about what pitch is coming next.
Right.
And like David Ortiz, for me, the quintessential guy of making adjustments and being able to hit any pitch that a particular pitcher had over the course of several at-bats. The best example of that, the grand slam he hit against the Tigers in the playoffs, where Torrey Hunter went upside down in 2013.
Yep.
A 5-1 game became a 5-5 game. That was the first pitch he saw from Joaquin Benoit, the Tigers reliever.
I remember that.
First pitch he saw, it was a changeup pitch, is outside on the corner.
You have a new pitcher in right now for the Silver Knights. This is Manny Ray, a right-handed pitcher.
Good catch.
6'2", 185, out of Bedford. Goes to Tufts University, where he's a sophomore.
Throws that one in the dirt. So if you watch the replay of that game, Tim McCarver got it wrong initially. He said fastball, and Ortiz had hit it into the bullpen. Sharply struck base hit to right field. Manny Ray greeted rudely by the first Silver Knights batter he sees.
Book closed there on Mosso.
Yeah.
A pretty good book at that. Couple of hits.
Yeah, he's in line to win this, I believe. Are we in the fifth inning?
We are top of 5 right
Maybe
now.
he isn't in line to win official scorers.
So you're saying he called it wrong?
He did. It was actually a changeup, and the reason that you can see it was at 84 up in the corner, and Benoit throws like mid-90s. He's retired now, but he pitched for like 16 years. And David Ortiz had struck out on a Joaquin Benoit changeup his last time that he faced him in Detroit, and he filed that away. He says now he thinks he can get me out or swing and miss anytime he wants on that changeup. He was sitting on it, looking for it, bases loaded in a playoff game at Fenway Park. His team down by 4 runs, and he waits on it. He keeps his front shoulder tucked long enough so he lines it into the bullpen for a grand slam home run, looking for that pitch.
Looking for it, right.
And Benoit was dumbstruck on the mound. He could not believe, A, that he was not out ahead of it, B, that he hit it on the button, and C, that the game was tied.
Right.
Just
like that.
Right. It's just amazing. David Ortiz. There was another pitcher in the World Series. Waka had this great changeup. He plowed through the lineup on the National League Championship Series with this changeup. Ortiz took him up into the monster seats twice on it, I believe. Just went the other way on Waka's changeup. Lefty on lefty, too, I think it was. Just an amazing hitter as far as like looking at video, studying pitchers, and knowing, you know what, this guy throws this, this, and this, and this is how I'm going to hit him.
Nice
strike call in
there.
the inside corner.
Became a true student of the game.
Oh,
He
yeah.
struggled when he was with Minnesota,
He
right?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he got to the point in his 40-year season, 40 years old, pitchers were afraid to throw to him. He would get like one fastball in the strike zone per batter per game. Rip to left. This has a chance. If it stays up, it is off the wall.
That's
Big
gonna be extra
ricochet.
bases.
It's going to plate the first run of the game for Martha's Vineyard. A ringing double off the left field wall by number 23, Tyler Winsig of the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. And it's a 5-1 game. That was what, a foot or two from getting out of here?
Yeah, it hit the top of that brick wall out there. I think that was Chase Muscola, the second baseman. 29 versus 23, yeah.
Bad eyes, you're right.
Yeah.
It was 29. Mascolo.
And he got every bit of that. He just missed it.
The 8-hitter.
He may have hit the 307 mark right on the wall out there.
There might be a mark out there, you're right. There is a mark on the ball, I'm sure. Strike called over the outside corner. And you're right, that was Chase Mascolo. Apologize. Kai Nelson now the batter. Struck out his first and only time up previously. Manny Ray looking for the first out since he came into the game here in the top of the 5th inning. Martha's Vineyard, first place team in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League, do not feel that they are out of this game. They have just about a 700 winning percentage this season, and you know that includes some comebacks. You can be sure of that at 30 wins against only 13 losses. Got to the ballpark late, traffic difficulties. And it's taken a while for their bats to warm up, but here they go. That's going to be a base hit to center field. That's going to plate another run. Tyree bobbles it just long enough to have no chance at home plate, if he did have any at all. Mascolo runs well, scores from second. It's a 5-2 game, and still nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. A bit of a concern as The Sharks are going to send the top of the order back up to the plate. And Kyle Jackson, the Silver Knights pitching coach, will make his way to the mound. Kirk Gibson's story too in the Sports Illustrated, they revisited scouting report on Dennis Eckersley is that he would always throw a backdoor slider to left-handed hitters with the 3-2 count. When Kirk Gibson hit that no-legged home run to right field to win Game 1 of the World Series in '88, it was a backdoor slider on 3-2. And he golfed it out, and he's a much mellower Kirk Gibson now. He's suffering from Parkinson's, or he's battling Parkinson's. You can bet that. And I love the one quote he said in the video portion of this story I watched. He said, "Let's be honest, it was lucky." You know, well, he flicked his bat. He hit it on the perfect sweet spot on the bat,
and you'd been sitting the whole game.
Right.
You know, you didn't play.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
that was. It was a pinch hit home run.
If you could put Joaquin Benoit's expression next to Dennis Eckersley's expression, they'd be identical. Here's a play to first, and it's a wild throw, and this is going to get home the third run of the game for Martha's Vineyard, all the way from first base. Unfortunate, and we were saying what a great game at third that Nate Cormier was having, but that was unfortunate, as that's an unearned run, and now Martha's Vineyard has the tying run at the plate with nobody out here in the fifth inning.
Shapiro ends up on second with the errant throw. So a great stab there.
We'll call that a base hit and an error that put Shapiro. Shapiro?
I believe it was Shapiro,
at second base.
But, you know, a good barehanded stab there by Cormier. You almost wonder if he would have been better eating that ball.
Yeah.
But he's been making some good plays out there. So
a rough outing for Manny Ray. He did not get an out in relief of Jeff Mousseau, who had been throwing a one-hit shutout through 4 innings.
So
obviously on a pitch count, had to come out of the game.
That'll do it for Manny Ray.
So it looks like the home plate umpire indicating that number 30.
30.
Dan Shaw.
Probably not part of the plan.
Clark University in Worcester. Another Colby
Worcester
College baseball stop, where it is, I will like to report, freezing in April.
Well, I'll tell you,
the time.
I'll
and
tell
windy.
you, on the way here tonight, I saw about 15 Shaw jerseys, and you can see them sitting behind the dugout. White shirts with number 30 in red on them. There's about 15 shirts that say Shaw on there. So his family, Tim O'Neill, trying to get a shot of it right behind the home dugout. So Shaw has quite the following here tonight, and he's charged with a very large task, as there are no outs here.
Yeah.
And the Sharks have put 3 on the board.
The Sharks are circling in this inning, Jason. Unfortunately, around the bases. And it's
what would Quint do?
He'd rant and rave right now. He would be ranting and raving.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah. Gonna need a bigger glove, I
yeah,
guess.
something.
Silver Knights still have the lead, though. They are still afloat. Clinging to the, what do you call that thing? The con tower? But it's tipping into the water.
Yeah.
And they're reaching for the gun. The actually is a harpoon gun.
It was a rifle. He had a rifle. And
was it a
barrel? The barrel was in his mouth.
I
And
guess
he shot
it was
the barrel.
a rifle.
Yeah. Chief Brody.
Brody, yeah.
It is Shark Week, by the way.
I mean, he exploded that thing. I guess it was a gun.
It was the oxygen tank.
Oh yeah, it was the
Remember?
oxygen tank.
Yeah, he pulled the wrong knot.
Yeah. I think they revisited that theme later in the Jaws series with the, was it like a giant power line.
Yeah, that was Jaws
Yeah.
too.
The Jaws.
They got electrocuted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Went right back to
That's
the
where
well.
the term "jump the shark" came in.
Yes.
So
and
whenever
let me-
something goes too
that's a-
far, yeah.
That's actually that's a Happy Days reference. Did you know
Yes,
that?
that's
Jump the
right.
Shark?
That's right.
That was a strike to me. On the outside corner to the right-handed batters is not the same outside corner as to the left-handed batters for this umpire. Let it be known.
It's a
Big
good call by
swing.
you, John Collins. Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
And it is Shark Week, by the way.
Oh, it is
It
really.
is Shark Week.
That's unfortunate because then the Silver Knights are up against it. They're up against the #1 team, and it's on Shark Week.
Did you see Gronk went swimming with sharks? Did you see that?
I gotta see that. Is that
Yeah.
already aired?
Yeah.
My son was telling me how great the Shaquille O'Neal episode was, and he told me Gronk was on the way. And I'm thinking they got to be paying these guys a lot of money to get in that water.
I'll watch from my chair at home.
He probably used the Shaq cage. They actually built a special shark cage to house Shaquille O'Neal.
It'd have to be a
And
big
I'm sure
cage.
Gronk just got in right after.
Gronk was in the water. He didn't go in a cage.
He did not get in the water.
He did.
He?
Yeah.
What?
He was in with the sharks.
He didn't even get in the cage?
No, they weren't great whites.
Oh.
They were
Oh.
but they were sharks. You know what I mean?
Wow.
They were.
That's funny.
Full count here now to the batter, Winsig, the first baseman. He represents the tying run.
Hammers one to center. It's going to get down for a base hit. Tyreek gathers it. They're going to hold the runner.
Ooh.
Throw to third, and he's picked.
He's in a rundown.
Cormier's going to run him down. He didn't get the
they
call.
call him. They
He
call
did
him.
call
Yep,
him out.
Yep, yep.
Wow, what
Wow.
a throw. I think it was the shortstop that made the play for the Silver Knights. A great job of gunning the ball to third by Morissette.
And I'll tell you, Tyree out in center field, he was a little indecisive. If he goes after that ball and he misses it, it's a tie ball game.
Yep.
But
If he
kept
dives
it in.
and it keeps rolling,
Yeah, yep,
it is time.
absolutely.
It's an inside the park home
He
run.
kept it in front of him, and,
Yeah.
and as a result, they get an out from it. It's in the first one in the inning, and that's a big one.
It was a big one. There was a runner in scoring position representing the 4th run. Gets cut down at third and a run down. Big swing. And a foul off to the left by Jackson Raper, who seems determined not to ground out to second base for the 3rd time tonight. He's 0 for 2. 4-3 both times. Silver Knights play Raper straight away at all positions. Maybe a step toward the pull side by Luke Tyree in center. And Dan Shaw fires an 86-mile-an-hour fastball that jams the hitter Raper. Batting 3rd in the order for the first place team in the FCBL. You know he's probably carrying some credentials. And he is with 309 average and a bunch of extra base hits. He's got a bunch of
Hit
RBIs.
and run action there, John.
Biddison with a great range play to his right to
He was
keep
deep.
that
He was on
in
the edge of the
infield.
grass
Yeah.
and the dirt there, and that was a. I believe that was a hit and run. The runner took off.
He just happened to be stealing, I think,
Maybe.
because that would be an unusual hit and run
Yeah.
on second base.
You would think.
Yeah.
Right,
So
with
2
one out,
outs.
yeah. Good
And
call.
this is a chance for Dan Shaw to come in here and shine because he's trying to limit the damage. And keep the run preserved. Ted Bodette saves a run with that block, which was well into the left-handed batter's box. Top of the 5th inning. Silver Knights led 5-0 coming into the inning. Martha's Vineyard has plated 3 runs and have a chance for at least one more, less than 90 feet away.
Ooh.
Very high to left. This has a chance.
Yep.
Left fielder does
think he
not
lost
see it
it.
at all. It is near the wall, and it
Off
is
the
off the
wall.
wall. For run number 4, it is twilight here, and absolutely no read on that.
That was a
Jeff
moon
Costello.
shot. Yeah, he
And I
lost
don't
that
blame
right
him.
off the bat, John, and that thing was sky high, and it ends up.
It was way above the light level here. That was more than light tower power there
The shortstop.
on that blast that went straight up.
Number 7.
Hit off the, looked like the 39.
Eric Fago can take some mighty rips,
Boy.
can he? He flied out to dead away center.
Yeah.
A step shy of the warning track his first time up, and somehow that ball stayed in the park. It seemed like, I think, like you said, it hit the wall. I think it grazed it on the way down.
Yeah.
Because if that doesn't hit the wall on the way down, doesn't it bounce up in the air and maybe over?
Potentially.
Or did it
But that
short
thing
hop
was
the wall?
so, no, that definitely hit the wall. That
Wow.
thing was so high in the sky.
An intentional walk.
Raposo.
They don't want to pitch to Hathaway with first base empty, setting up the force with Nick Raposo up there. Right-handed batter. Very high and playable behind first base. Berardino has room, and he has the catch to end the inning. A near two-run home run averted, but Martha's Vineyard comes up with 4 big runs, and we've got a 1-run ball game on our hands, folks, as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here at historic Holman Stadium. John Collins with Jason Roby, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, and boy, these Martha's Vineyard batters, they can make this park look small.
They
with
sure
those
can.
Big swings.
Saw 9 batters that inning, did the Silver Knights. So
If he straightened that out, that would have been way over everything.
no doubt. And it just goes to show that, you know, up to that point, the Sharks have been out hit 10-2.
Yeah.
And suddenly, and that's where you hope some of those singles are really doubles and are producing more runs. It's 5 runs, certainly not safe.
Yeah. My Hudson Fire colleague Glenn Bradish is the head coach of the summer touring girls softball team, the New England Heat, I think it is. And they played a tournament. They hosted a tournament last weekend. It was a rain-shortened tournament. He said they are, I think, 0-3 in 8 a.m. games this summer. They're undefeated otherwise, but they have lost all their 8 a.m. games.
Yeah.
So in the first inning of their 8 a.m. game, which they beat a team, I think 12-6. They gave up 6 runs in the 8 a.m. first inning. And they ended up getting eliminated from the tournament because of runs against, because of that one inning.
Gosh.
And they didn't play on Sunday, so they awarded the trophy to the first and second place teams. And it's kind of like, it reminds me that the Martha's Vineyard Sharks got here late for this game.
Right.
1 up, 1 pitch, 1 down.
It was Berardino.
Berardino retired here in the bottom of the 5th. And what I'm thinking is that it took the Sharks a little while to arrive here. They came alive in the 5th inning, unfortunately at the expense of the Silver Knights relief pitcher.
It's a drop of
Manny
blood in
Ray.
the water. It was a feeding frenzy. Tom King would be all over the
Feeding frenzy. That's
anecdotes.
good. And they took a lot of amity cuts in the
Yes. Yeah, good.
I'm
Good.
reaching.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That was very good. Yes.
In that.
Amity. Good for
Yes. It was an amity cut for
you.
Fago. Just low. Yeah, that's a good question, Jason. You're talking about big hitters and big swingers, guys that can make a park look small. We do not see Jake LaBelle in the lineup.
Ooh.
Look out, and that was a good sound, actually. Just a
Yeah.
seat.
Yep.
That was about 100 plus into the stands. Jake LaBelle, 6'5", 268-pound
Home run
cleanup
derby
hitter,
winner.
home
Yeah.
run derby winner, not playing in tonight's game for the Silver Knights. And I know all these kids don't play every game,
Right.
so hopefully that doesn't signify any kind of an injury. Swing and a
guess
miss, so 2 up, 2 down.
Going back to that last foul ball there, John, you know, you see a lot of the major league ballparks that extended the netting down the baselines to protect the fans, and you see something like that where you're really close to the action here. Is that something that you foresee? high school and
Great
college
question for
baseball
Tom
games.
King.
Yeah,
But I'm sure it's just a funding issue. But
Yeah.
I think you and I would agree that
important.
it would be good to
So
have.
important,
It
yep.
would be really good to have.
Because, you know, baseball being the game that it is, you're not
Yeah.
always watching what's happening. And that
Yeah.
1 second you take your eye off the ball.
Very high, very shallow, and very out. That's 3 outs for the Silver Knights. We'll go 1, 2,
Quickly.
3 here in the 5th. So Martha's Vineyard gets 4 runs on the top of the inning. Then they get a shutdown bottom of the 5th. And we have a ball game here. 5-4, the Silver Knights lead it as we go top 6 at Holman. Yeah, I'm sure that there's been some discussion, and it's probably a matter of funding to get the netting put up because, you know, and I hate to say this, but thinking like a defense lawyer in a litigious society, somebody gets hurt in a line drive that goes just to this wide of this backstop screen, and then somebody gets hurt. And then they say, well, the model is there everywhere now. Yeah, for these rich major league teams, it's there. And the double whammy for Holman Stadium is that it's such a good seat. You're so close that it's actually too close in some instances. Like
I've seen it. You know, I've seen it in the Fisher Cat Stadium. I've seen it. I've seen it. We just saw it here. It was 2 seats away from somebody, and you hate to see it. You know, something like that happen.
That said, if you have a family with little kids and you know they're not going to pay attention 100% of the time, seat yourself somewhere where you are protected.
Right.
And that would, at Holman Stadium, that would be right behind the backstop screen,
No doubt.
someplace.
No
You
doubt.
know, like, and not even in the first row, but like second, third on up. The worst that you could face is a high pop-up that comes down fast behind the screen. Then you got time to react.
Right. And especially on a thirsty Thursday, I might add, also here tonight at the stadium.
John Collins with Jason Roby on a Thursday, July 26, as we record this with Tim O'Neill, our Nashua ATV cameraman, by our side in the press box of Holman Stadium in the 80th anniversary year of Holman Stadium, where they hosted the FCBL All-Star game just days ago.
It was a great night.
Huge success.
Luke Hartman, the right fielder, 2 for 2 thus far tonight, couple of singles.
And a good guy to keep off the bases if you can. He takes a fastball belt high right down the middle for strike 1 at 84 miles an hour for Dan Shaw, who is in the windup, although it looks sort of like the stretch, but you can see the kick and the throw. And another fastball down the middle, and picky batter right now, Mr.
Yeah,
Hartman.
I think so.
Down 0-2.
That pitcher's clocked at 49. I don't think that
Coming
was
back
quite
from
correct.
the catcher, yeah. It picks up the catcher's return
Yeah,
throw
there you go.
sometimes. He's living in the mid-80s, and he's
Yep.
wasted one outside there, 1-2. Luke Hartman awaiting the pitch, and
Breaking
it's in the
ball.
dirt. So now if you're Hartman, you're thinking, you know what? He's probably not got good control of the breaking stuff, and I'm just going to sit fastball.
Yeah.
And Shaw is thinking about painting it on the outside corner, and he missed. Down low. Confident take there by Hartman, but it did miss by all that much, and the count has gone full, 3-2. So now what do you do if you're calling the pitch here, if you're Bodette? Go right back to it.
Right back at it, yep. He does. And
Down the middle more, and fouled off. We'll do the 3-2 again. He had a pretty good swing at that, but then again, it was right in the middle of the plate. So I think he'll stick with the fastball and just try to make it tougher to hit. They're going on the inside now. And he hits it. What a pitch by Dan Shaw. Froze the batter. I don't think he has any argument. Oh, he's drawing a line.
he drew a line
And
in the
he's
dirt.
lucky to still be in the game.
Wow.
It was not on the white chalk, folks.
Wow.
He put it, Baudette set up on the inside corner, and he hit the mitt. The catcher never had to move. Great pitch by Shaw, working the outer and then the inner. And as a batter, I'm actually looking for that because of the fact that he's gone out so many times.
Right.
It's part of the thing you have to checklist when you're up there. It's like, yeah, that inside corner's there. If he's going to go after it, he's probably going to do it now. Because I've already frustrated him. He missed. I fouled it off on the outside corner stuff.
Now you're the umpire. What? That was
Very hard to center.
Off
Long
the wall.
run. It is going to get over the head of Tyree off the base of the wall. Big kick. And he's thinking about 3, but will stay there. It's a wise choice because Tyree made a beautiful
great
throw,
throw.
into the second baseman backing up the play. Biddison would have had an easy throw to third base to get him.
And that got out there in a hurry.
Sure
As you
did.
saw, the right fielder was nowhere
Exit
near the
velocity
play. On
105
yeah.
on that.
the
Yeah,
right fielder
Tyree's a
usually
great outfielder, but there was no way to get to that ball unless he was playing on the warning track to start with.
And almost question whether or not you chase it like that, and you know it's going off the wall potentially, and you look to
Out of
play it
aim.
off the wall, but
Yeah.
because the right fielder was nowhere near to back up, it just got there in a hurry.
Yeah. The pitch is fouled off to the right into the pines over there. So that doubled by Chase Muscolo, who's got back-to-back doubles,
Yeah.
Jason. He's
Yeah.
hitting the ball well in
He's
the
seeing
8th
it,
spot in
and
the
he's
order.
hitting it. Yep, no doubt.
Chase Utley-ish. Kai Nelson, the right fielder, trying to bring him home and tie this game. 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Martha's Vineyard coming from 5-0 down to being 1 swing of the bat away from tying this up. Dan Shaw's pitch is in the dirt. Baudette blocks it, but the runner got a great jump, and there'll be no throw. Alert base running at second by Mascolo. He's an excellent looking player.
He is. No room for error here
see.
now for the Silver Knights if they want to maintain this 1-run lead.
Mascolo plays for Wake Forest University. He's from Fairfield, Connecticut.
It's a Demon Deacon.
Oh, yeah. Strike call over the outside corner, and Kai Nelson grimaces, but that was the exact same pitch that he got Hartman looking on. So a 1-out double by Mascolo takes third on a wild pitch. The 1-2 count to Kai Nelson. In the dirt, Baudette blocks that. So Shaw not able to get the breaking ball over it.
No.
Forced to go back to the fastball.
And I think the fact that the way that the Sharks are hitting it, they know they're sitting dead red.
Infield is in. If Nelson hits it sharply, it'll be.
And he did.
Oh, he hits it deep. And going back to get it, it'll be an easy sacrifice fly, tag up and score to tie the ball game. Nelson gets the job done on a fly out to deep left field, gloved by Costello. And 2 outs, a run is home, and we have a tie game.
New
5-5.
baseball game here,
Certainly
John Collins.
Colin Shapiro.
Silver Knights jumped out early, 3-0. Added to it in the 3rd inning, 5-0. And Martha's Vineyard with 4 in the 5th and 1 here in the 6th to tie it up. 5-5.
You know, clearly, if you're BJ Neverett, though, you have to like what you saw tonight from Jeff Mosso. You know, he had a good outing and pitched well enough to win. Of course, he will not factor in the decision here tonight.
Shaw at 86. Missed the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Trying to start things with 2 outs. Is the leadoff batter in the order, Colin Shapiro. Singled this last time up. The 2-1 pitch is on the way. Had a mighty hack at that one and fouled it straight back. So I guess this is the part of the movie Jaws, if we're making the analogy to this game, where they just got Quint. They just the Shark just came back, and
yeah, they got
now
him.
we're even. You know, we've got one of yours, and
I was
Gobble,
thinking.
gobble,
I was
gobble.
thinking more like they're sitting inside the boat around the table and they're singing
you think
sea
it's back to
shanties.
that? I think
they're
that
singing
was,
the songs.
I think that was before this inning started.
But then the shark kind of hits
It
the
was
boat.
5-4 at
Yeah,
that time.
Well, here we go.
Line drive to right center, and thinking 2 out of the box. He's going to go for it. The throw to second is not in time. Great hustle double by Kellan Shapiro, showing off that leadoff batter's speed. As soon as he made contact, he had 2B in both pupils, and he was able to make it happen.
I think he just came up with a new saying. They just got Quint.
Yeah, just got Quint.
They just got
Tie
Quint.
game
Yep.
coming from behind.
Yep.
Yep. I wish I had the lyrics to that song in front of him. In front of me that he's saying.
Which one? I know.
Oh, you do? The one that says
Farewell
matey?
and adieu
No, that
to
one.
you fair Spanish ladies, farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we received orders, put a sail back to Boston, so nevermore shall we see you again.
That was great.
Yes.
That's it.
That's
man.
it. And then
It's
they
good
have
mimicry, too.
Show Me the Way to Go Home. I'm tired, I want to go to bed.
Oh, that's right.
And then they have the one at the beginning, the swimming one with the ladies and the
Wow, they must
family
have.
show.
I don't know
that-
if they're allowed to play that in Martha's Vineyard on the PA because maybe it's bad PR to remind people of that movie. But
Shark Attack. Yeah,
it's so
man.
perfect for baseball. Those
Yeah.
titles you just
Yeah.
cited. You know. Wow, that's
Yeah.
funny. I mean, he's our home guy, but our relief pitcher Manny Ray had a tough time, and
Yeah.
I guess that's what they would have played in Martha's Vineyard when he walked off. In that 4-run fifth, this is a 1-run so far 6th inning, and now Martha's Vineyard actually threatening to take the lead. Here in the 6th inning, they do have the go-ahead potential run aboard at second in Shapiro, and here is Tyler Winsig, who takes a strike. Silver Knights had a good mound visit.
Winsig 1 for 3 on the night.
Great hitting team, Martha's Vineyard, and if you give them advance notice that it's going to be mostly fastballs, they can be really dangerous.
Ooh,
that's a breaking
wow.
ball over the plate, and that's going to be the difference in getting it out here, probably.
What a great pitch that was,
Yeah,
John
by
Collins.
Shaw. Front door curve froze the right-handed batter, and it's 0-2 on Winsig, who entered this game batting .298. He does have a double and a triple, mostly a single hitter. Hard hit, line drive to center. It's going to get down for a hit.
Gonna have a play at the plate here, John
Tyree's
Collins.
throw is
And they
in
got
time.
it! And they got it!
Luke Tyree guns down the potential go-ahead run on a tremendous one-hop throw from center field. And I don't think Kellan Shapiro, who's got that blazing speed, can believe it still. 5-5, the game score remains.
Talk about a game of momentum shifts and changes, and that was an outstanding throw by Tyree.
That was goosebump time.
As soon as he got in his glove and you could see the runner grounding third, he's going to get him.
Yeah.
He is going to get him. Wow.
Wow.
Has displayed a pretty powerful arm there in center field tonight. This doesn't get old. This
With
is
a guest
great.
dancer out
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
or 2 or 3.
Sure.
You include the staff. So guess who's back for more? Starting pitcher for Martha's Vineyard, Sean Babineau, who was nearly pitcher of record on the winning side had not Luke Tyree come up firing.
And he's battled, John. You know,
Yeah.
he's definitely battled and had a tough going of it early on and has settled in.
Yeah, he has battled, and he's been tough since the 3rd inning. He's throwing some zeros up there. So we talk about envisioning a play right off the crack of the bat. Luke Tyree did that. Kellan Shapiro, who has got leadoff batter speeds at second base, 2 outs, he's going on contact. It was hit so hard on one hop to Tyree that he knew he had a chance.
Yeah.
And he really uncorked a beauty of a throw to Teddy Baudet, who was actually waiting for Shapiro.
Well, I think the beautiful thing about what Tyree did was because that ball was hit on such a line, Tyree could set himself up for the throw.
Yeah, he threw it back from where it came from.
He knew it wasn't gonna trick him. He could set his body up the way it needed to be set up to get that throw.
Yeah, that was sort of like almost an artificial turf hop.
That was like a Tom Amansky back-to-back AAU National Championship commercial with Fred McGriff.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
I do. The instructional videos. Good call.
They threw to the garbage can there from center
Oh,
field.
yeah. Yeah. Chest high bounce to Baudet.
The crime dog, Fred McGriff.
Yes. Fred McGriff. I got a Fred McGriff story.
Of course you do.
1999, I'm at Tropicana Field. He's playing first base for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Very sparsely attended game. I bought a ticket for the balcony. I was sitting like 10 rows from the field. I didn't push it.
Sure.
So I'm behind the visitors on deck circle, and it's Fred McGriff batting for the Tampa Bay Rays. I forget even who the opponent was. I just remember the guy sitting next to me 2-3 seats over. Base hit the other way.
Helping his cause here.
Luke Tyree, who made the brilliant defensive play, leads off with actually second batter of the inning after the fly out. 1 out and 1 on. So the guy a few seats away from me, we were having a good conversation too. And I think he was like an accountant. He was asking me, Red Sox weren't playing. Or else the stands probably would have been full at Tropicana Field in Tampa. This is back, I think, when Jose Canseco was on the team, too, with McGriff. So Babineau pitching. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Looks to second. He didn't have him because of a good jump.
Yep.
Good base running there. But the Silver Knights.
number 19, Austin
Teddy Baudet.
Yeah, he grounded out there, but
that was Teddy Baudet, but Luke Tyree.
Tyree's now on second.
Yeah, I mean, any other base runner may have got gunned down, but Tyree was so far down the line that Babineau decided to go to first. So Silver Knights do have 2 outs, but they have a runner in scoring position. Also, he eliminated any chance for a double play with that good base running. See if I can finish my McGriff story. It also has to do with foul balls into the stands. Breaking ball on the inside corner, front door curve to White, who says he to himself, I can't buy a break with this guy. He was throwing me fastballs away all night, curveballs away, and now he comes on the inside corner.
Did you like the Trop, by the way?
No, it's
No?
like a giant warehouse. It's awful.
I've
Although I
been there.
do like the fact that I can sit wherever I want
That's
when
a good-
I buy
yeah.
a ticket there, and it's also Major League Baseball, and if you just don't look at the ground, it's all Major League Baseball about
Yeah.
that fake turf they have, and pitcher batter battles are the same. Strike 3 called, and brilliant pitching by Babineau keeps his team right there in it at 5-5 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. McGriff hit this foul pop-up right above us, me and the guy I'm talking to. Thing must have been, it almost was making a bid for one of the catwalks at Tropicana.
Yeah.
Comes down, same speed it went up, right? That's the physics. At about 100 miles an hour, it's coming down. This guy goes, I backed away. I didn't have a glove on.
Sure.
I play baseball all the time. It's like, I'm not catching this. It's going to be 100 miles an hour in a bare hand, and I don't need a ball that bad.
Right.
Guy catches it in both hands. It rips his his wedding ring off his finger. Rips it off, cuts his finger right where the wedding ring was.
Yeah.
Ball goes flying. His wedding ring goes flying. He's got a cut finger and he's holding it for like a few seconds, and he looks like he's going to need medical attention. And then he says, "Oh, where's my ring? My wife's going to kill me." So we're looking around for it. The ball went down like 3 rows into the bottom, and these kids got it.
Yeah.
And his ring went bouncing down like 2 rows the other way. We found it. It rolled underneath some seats.
Yeah.
And it was a lesson in why you don't catch pop-ups that Fred McGriff hits.
Right.
He got all of it in a vertical direction. This poor guy. Didn't even get the ball. But he did get his ring back. If I even had a popcorn thing, I would have tried for it, I think. Something.
We used to use our
But I would have had to call the guy off.
Yeah. He was more centrally located.
Our hat,
or
yeah, I should have had a
You were
hat.
more the center fielder kind of guy?
Yeah.
Your call?
It really was to him. I mean, it couldn't have been to him any better than it was. I think he felt like obligated as a man to make a play on it, but he really shouldn't have. Because, I mean, with as few people that were in the stands, he could have made a play on the bounce.
Sure.
Also, I saw, speaking of violence at Tropicana Field, I saw a game between the White Sox and the Rays in which James Baldwin got hit in the chest by a Greg Vaughn line drive.
Ooh.
And it looked like he was dead. They ran out to the mound, and he was prone on his back on the rubber, and they ripped his shirt apart
Like they were
down the middle, like they were a trauma team.
Yeah.
And he did have to come out of the game, but he walked off under his own power.
The game I saw at the Trop, I saw it the day after. Was it Clement that was hit in the face at the Trop?
What is it about
Back,
the Trop?
back in, oh my goodness, this is probably now, what, 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
And
Early 2000s?
yeah, and we went to the game the next night at the Trop against the Red Sox, but that was a terrible, terrible thing. I think it was Clement. He got hit right in the face by a line
Clement,
drive.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was done.
Hard foul makes some of the Silver Knights players dance a little bit over there in the right foul territory area. 2-1 is the count.
And that exit velocity is a scary thing.
Yeah, especially the way these Sharks have been swinging the bat.
You see some of the softball pitchers now, they wear the face guard over the eyes. Nice pitch there.
Strike two.
They wear that eye guard over their face. Almost like a lacrosse for girls, the lacrosse mask that they wear. Some of the softball pitchers now wear them.
This is Cam Cruz pitching for the Silver Knights in relief. And he entered the game with a 1.5 ERA through 4 games appeared in. He's thrown just the 6 innings, but given up only 1 earned run. He's got a 3-2 count on the leadoff batter here in the top of the 7th in a 5-5 game. Big pitch. Hit to right softly, and it's going to get down for a leadoff single. We're talking about how hard the Sharks have hit the ball tonight. Not then, and it worked to their benefit. Leadoff single for the Sharks.
Yeah, just off the hands there and falling helplessly down in right field.
It's the lookout guy. Look out for Eric Fago. He has hit a 380-foot out to center fly out, and he's hit a ball about 300 feet straight up into the air that scraped the left field brick on the way down. His last time up, he does not get cheated at the plate, and any kind of an extra base hit here may give the Sharks the lead. No outs, man aboard, top of the 7th, 5-5 game. Takes one up and away for ball 1.
That thing needed a parachute, the last one he hit.
Yeah. The towers here, I'm guessing they're
the light towers?
100 feet high, 100 feet in the air. And that was like
well
50,
above
60
that,
feet
at
above
least.
it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like the call. It's 1-1. Good pitch.
Had a lot of that here tonight
For
from the
Fago.
Sharks. Some
He
complaints.
likes the fastballs. There's no question about that. Looks like his brother's on the team, Ian.
Cruz stayed away from him early on, and they do again.
Possible double play ball. Nicely played by Morris.
Well
to
done.
Biddison in plenty of time. 6, 4, 3, 2 outs in the 7th.
That ball hit so sharply that there was a little bit of a transfer problem by the second baseman. Still able to get the out at first in plenty of time.
Yeah, Cam Cruz mixing his pitches well. Had Fago off balance enough that he grounded into the tailor-made double play. So Kellan Hathaway gets to bat with nobody on and 2 outs here in the 7th.
That's
now.
a big twin killing there for the Silver Knights.
Yep. They put the shift on Hathaway in the infield. The second baseman right behind the base just about. And another breaking ball from Cruz clips the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, that was a nice pitch.
We're all even here, Jason.
We
Five
are.
hits. 11 hits, 5 runs apiece, and 1 error each for the two teams. On the scoreboard for the moment, you would never know one's in first place and one's in last. Deep fly to center. Tyree got a good read on it, twisting and makes the catch as he backpedals toward the track.
That's a great point, as the third out's recorded by Tyree in deep center field, is that you have a team with 30 wins and 13 losses, and they're nip and tuck all the way with a team that's 15 and 29. You know, that's so.
And it's a funny way we got here. The Sharks spotted the Silver Knights a 5-0 lead and came back to tie it with 4 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. And it is a really good game at this point as we go to the 7th inning stretch at Holman.
We're about 9 minutes shy of 2 hours here.
See who we have on the mound now, because it's not young master Babineau any longer. Sean Babineau, who pitched very well in the last few innings as he continued to battle after surrendering. Well, actually, I'm sure it was only 3 earned runs total in his earned run category.
Right. This is Quantique. It says, is he number 13, I think? Quantique White, 6'2", 170-pounder out of Southern Connecticut. Quantine White.
Yeah, you got my attention with that first name, which I've never heard before in my lifetime.
You have the 5.31 ERA, 0-2 record in 12 games pitched.
Now you could pronounce that Quantique or Quantique.
They call
Quantique?
me Quantique.
Quantique? Yeah, you could do it any way you want.
I think
If
Quantique.
it's your name.
Quantique.
But his last name, I'm all over it. It's White.
White, yeah.
I've never heard that pronounced any other way but White.
Quantique, that could be. Where's the accent?
Dorset. Is he like the first guy? The first guy I can remember, the first athlete to like correct somebody about the
Dorset?
pronunciation of his name.
Yeah,
They called him Tony Dorset. When
Yeah,
he
it's
was
like it's
at
Dorset.
Pitt.
Yeah.
He went to Pitt University. He was a huge star, and then he got to the NFL. And first rookie season, he was Tony Dorset, and then he started gaining all kinds of yards for the Cowboys, and he became Tony Dorset.
You ever think they call White Antique White? They just lose the
You know
QU.
what?
Antique White
You're
versus
onto something
Quantique
there.
White. You
Yep.
get the antique, you know.
Yep.
Play on the words there. I don't
And
know.
with all the antique shops
Yep.
at Martha's Vineyard, he probably
Very
had
good.
to fight off the sponsors. And fight them off
I think
like a
we're
shop.
reaching now, John. We are. We've run out of jaws.
I think he probably has a store called
Yep.
Quantique's Antiques. Quantique's Antiques.
I like it.
He has 2 QUs in his name.
And he is ahead 0-1 here.
He slings it,
Yeah,
doesn't he?
he sure does.
That's a unique delivery.
0-2 now, and
Quantique.
he caught the outside part of the plate there.
I could put some more QUs out there. Very unique delivery. 0-2 on Quint night.
Very good. I bet they call him Q. I bet you they call him Q. Yeah.
No doubt you're
Yeah.
right about that.
Some snap at 90 miles an
Yes.
hour there.
It took a lot
Wow.
off. And he records, oh, yeah,
Oh, they're gonna
strikeout. I'm so used to the Sharks catcher gunning the ball that when that came out of
Right.
Raposo's hand, I was expecting it to hit the foul ball.
Right.
But he actually can lob a ball. We just found out. So we're still 5 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error apiece as we go to the number 2 batter in the inning.
This is more set.
It's Morissette. Just turned a nice double play out ahead of it. 75 miles an hour on the breaking ball or slash changeup. From a gifted right-handed pitcher for the Sharks, and that looked like it was like a kind of a cut fastball, and I don't know where that missed.
I'm trying to figure out where it missed as well.
Yeah.
That was a great pitch.
Yeah, it looked like it took a big bite out of the outer quadrant of the strike zone, but it is 1-1. Might have fooled me up. That one is in the inner upper quadrant, and he gets the call, and it's 1-2. You see the live arm and the sharp fastball, and you, as a hitter, you're going up looking for that. Instead, you get a couple of floaters.
Yeah, he's mixed it up pretty well here, keeping the batters off balance. But that one,
is it fair?
Oh,
just
missed.
Yeah, he went down and in there, and
Yep.
it was a little too in
Yep.
for Morissette to keep it fair. Although he hit it well, he'll come back and pick up the lumber. Yeah, that pitch, it definitely left a big triangular tooth in the strike zone, Jason. If we could mark the, what do they use on the Red Sox games for the strike zone there?
the K zone or the
K
pit,
zone,
whatever
yeah.
that
They call
is.
it all, everybody calls it different things.
Ooh, man.
And he got him
90
to chase.
again on the gun.
90 miles an hour, got him to chase.
Yeah.
I mean, he's looking fastball, but not for that one.
Number 17, Ryan.
Mr. White certainly is great.
Mr. White.
Great White.
Great White.
There you are, sir.
Oh, man,
Shark
you
Week.
nailed it.
Thank you.
Oh, that can't be topped.
I don't know.
Actually, it could be topped if our batter hits the ball, and he won't be Great White anymore. But I mean, as far as a phrase comparing this baseball game to the movie Jaws, you just nailed it. 1-0 pitch. Off to the right, out of play.
Yeah, we're Berardino.
So
the
let's all
first
scan
baseman
the
here.
roster for more Jaws references. Great White cannot be beat.
I saw them in concert too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
They
the
opened
band,
up for
right?
White Snake
White
back
Snake.
in the day. Yep.
Are you making that up?
No, true
They kept
story.
it an all white
True
concert?
story. Yeah. It was
Not
called they
admission,
called
but
it.
just
You know,
the
they
names of
called
the
it the
bands.
Bite Back Tour. And yeah,
Bite Back
the
Tour.
Bite Back Tour.
Wow, that's
Yep.
great.
Yep. It was a good show. I saw it at the Centrum in Worcester, I believe.
Was Ozzy Osbourne in there?
Ozzy was not there, although I've been watching a little bit of him at night on
He
the.
allegedly bit somebody,
Yeah, he
a
may have.
mammal,
Yeah.
a flying mammal. Actually, I think he admitted it. Oh, thank you. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on base in a 5-5 game. As the ball is lined to the
Wow.
shortstop. And good positioning there. Nothing to show for a well-struck ball off the bat of Ryan Berardino. So the Silver Knights go down 1-2-3 here in the 7th inning. Anybody's baseball game as we go to the top of the 8th, 5-5.
If they guessed the movie correct, they win 4 free.
I think they brought us some grub here. Some.
Yes, they did.
Some chum.
That's
Thank you,
good.
sir.
Yeah,
Either
I'll
one.
take the
Good.
bait.
Oh.
We'll bring you guys
Yes.
out to Holman tonight. Love you. All right, dollar beat. All right, guys, are you ready to see the movie? All right, let's see it then.
They're showing a movie on the screen that I think they have to guess what it is.
Coach Carter. I think it's. Is it Coach Carter?
I did not see. Oh, wasn't that Allen? Ray Allen, I just saw.
I think this is Coach Carter.
You're probably right.
I could be wrong.
That's Samuel L. Jackson.
It is.
All right, Lindsay and Kerry, for 4 free movie tickets. What was that movie? Coach Carter is correct. Congratulations. Here's
Where
your
are my movie tickets?
You nailed it. I didn't know that. I didn't. That's one of the
Yeah.
sports movies I haven't seen. Coach Carter.
The catcher from College
Raposo, the catcher, 0 for 3 thus far tonight.
First pitch swinging, he's going to pop it up in shallow right.
That's trouble. Oh boy.
It was big trouble. Off of Bittison's glove, throw to second base, not in time. Hustling all the way. I guess they'll have to call that an error.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah. Don't let the official scorer make the call because it's going to change up our perfect 5. They call it a hit.
Yeah.
They called it a hit.
That was a tough play.
Yeah, it's a double at
I'm
that.
just happy that the right fielder, White, did not take out Bittison's knees.
Yeah, I am too.
That's a
not worth it.
Tough play there.
Even in the 5-5 game,
Nope.
avoid those collisions.
But good hustle, for sure.
As I get older too, playing second and shortstop, I call those out early and I give away pop-ups.
Yep.
Like they're radioactive, Jason. I don't want any part of them anymore. It's like tell the outfielder,
it's
it's you all the way. Even when it's my ball, I tell them it's you.
If I have to go,
I hate pop-ups.
If I have to go backwards for it, that was kind of the rule of thumb. If I have to go backwards for it and you're coming forwards, it's yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're going to get there at any kind of the same time, you probably just the infielder just tell the outfielder take it. Inside move, fakes out his own first baseman, Ryan Berardino, who's charging, looking for the bunt in this situation. A tie game. Martha's Vineyard with the potential go-ahead run at second base and nobody out here in the 8th. The bunt, third base side, is a great one.
Well executed.
Cormier's throw is
I'll tell you
time. What a play to get the first out of the inning.
It looked like, and I could be wrong, but it looked like the foot was off the bag for a second and then put back on. It was a great play, no doubt, by Cormier.
The Sharks don't dispute the call.
No, they don't. And the first base coach right there would have seen it.
Yeah. I'd still like to see the replay. Just because it was such a great play. And then the finish. So the infield is in as they try to prevent the Sharks from taking the lead here. Off the helmet. And a glancing blow enough that the batter doesn't go down, but there's going to be a well-being check here for
no doubt.
young Mr. Chase Mascolo, who has had the ball so well that some of the Martha's Vineyard Shark fans who were in attendance thought there might have been some intent
Head trainer out.
involved. And I think there was absolutely none.
No, I don't think so either. Head trainer out to check. Not in a game like this.
Yeah, there was not totally a glancing blow. There was some impact there. It's still it's a bad sound. It's a better sound than ball on skin or bone, I'll tell you that, but they're going to leave the runner in there. Looks like he's got one of those double flap helmets. I guess they're, by rule, have to do double flaps here, which tend to have more padding in them, I must say, too, having worn both. More protection to them. So a resounding hit by pitch in the helmet of Chase Mascolo. He's on at first base. He was the 8th hitter in the lineup, but he is hitting the ball as hard as anybody in this game, and
he's had a good evening here thus far. And
yeah, and he's a base stealer too. He may take off right now. There he goes.
they got him. They're going to concede that run.
No, they don't get anybody. But they were wary of the lead runner, and Mascolo, who was 2/3 of the way to second base, had an easy go of it when Berardino just hesitated a moment. Not an easy play to execute for the infield, but usually you do want to get it to your shortstop in that situation as quickly as you can. Let him make the play. Front door strike called, and Kai Nelson may be overreacting a bit to what looked like a good pitch.
Once again, I thought it was a great pitch.
Yeah. The 0-1 is on the way. Base hit here could give Martha's Vineyard a 2-run lead. That one Strike two. That one might have been a little
Yeah.
more inside. And that could have been a call due to Nelson's theatrics.
Yeah,
You
potentially.
never know. The umpire could be a little bit ticked off and said, anything close, I'm calling it a strike.
Potentially
just to
so, yeah.
reinforce my authority back here. So Cam Cruz in a jam, trying to keep it a tie game, only one out. Nelson got a sac fly his last time up in a similar situation. Takes one low. It was over the outside corner, but down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if Cam Cruz goes back to the same breaking ball in the inside corner again. In the dirt, Baudette does a good job of corralling it.
Nelson hit a sacrifice fly to left field last time at bat, so we know he can knock these runs in.
If Cruz does throw a front door curve, let's see if Nelson can adjust. He does enough to hit a ground ball. The bobble, and Cormier will get nobody. A lot of spin on that ball, and uncharacteristic flub by Cormier at third base. Loads them up. No run was able to score.
So all hope is not lost.
Nope.
You still have a double play.
in order.
Yep, no doubt. And that's kind of the way you have to look at it. The glass is half full here, moving forward.
Yep. Richard Dreyfuss is still crawling around the boat. Looking for some tools to fight back. Bases loaded. Fisted foul. Number 10 for Martha's Vineyard is Colin Shapiro. Hard-hitting leadoff batter. Doubled his last time up. It was a stormy day earlier here in Greater Nashua. Clouds went away. We've got a clear night here at historic Holman Stadium for this tense 5-5 battle. Roundhouse curve for strike 2. Not the pitch that Shapiro wanted to hack at. He's probably looking fastball all the way. Didn't get it.
The weather has been crazy.
It has.
You know?
Real mixed bag. Very high to left. This should get the go-ahead run home. Is backing up and backpedaling to make the catch. As Costello, the throw, hits the cutoff man, but it is a sac fly all the way by Shapiro. 6-5. Martha's Vineyard trailed 5-0 at one time in this game. They've come all the way back to take the lead here in the 8th.
Never run out of time in a baseball game.
Especially this team. First place Martha's Vineyard trying to make it their year here in 2018 and win what I believe would be their first FCBL title. It's also, as Jason pointed out, difficult to beat the first place team. Name the Sharks on Shark Week. That curve stays up. Silver Knights do have 2 at-bats, though, left in their pocket, and they will try to keep it right here. 1-run game with 2 outs in the inning. Tyler Winsig is the batter. Did we talk about Hershey Park on the?
We sure did.
And they were flooded.
They got flooded. That's right. Yep.
And closed for most of this week.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Right. Talking about weather, they really got hit hard lately.
Yeah, they did.
The Red Sox game got postponed, canceled after they jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Speaking of 5-0 leads, huh?
That was that game never should have even started. You know, and
you know, like playing it in like a decade's worst flood zone. And the 2-0 grounder foul. 2-1. Cam Cruz going with the 81-mile-per-hour off-speed pitch to Winsig, who was out in front. There's relief activity in the Silver Knights bullpen. Looks like nothing going on down there for the Sharks. It'll probably be their same guy.
Stay with White, I would imagine.
Yep.
Pretty effective inning.
Great White.
Great White.
Q. Q White. That one through the hairs in the left arm of Tyler Winsig. Not that close, but I felt that sensation. Not a hit by pitch, but goes through the hairs in your arm. Very, very high behind shortstop. And here's the situation where you do give way to the outfielder, and Jeff Costello makes the catch on
Played
a
some tricks on him there at the end, huh?
that was a Fred McGriff special, Jason Roby, right there. That's the ball that you don't want to catch. You don't want to catch that barehanded, am I right?
Definitely not, sir.
Ouch.
Nope. Definitely not.
Right on the wedding ring. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Neil Diamond makes another appearance here at historic Holman Stadium as the Silver Knights look to rally from 1 run down, trailing 6-5 to the Martha's Vineyard Sharks.
And we've seen them do it, John Collins. We've been here on
yeah.
occasions where we have seen these Silver Knights come back.
And it's the middle of the order. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. Joe Bramante, Jeff Costello, and Nick Biddison. And a bunch of hits among those players tonight.
I got him 4 for 9 on the evening, so.
Quantique White is from New London, Connecticut. Plays for Southern Connecticut University, where he's entering his senior season. 6'2", 170 pounds, and he can really sling it up there.
Yeah.
The Silver Knights need to get some base runners aboard here in the 8th.
Leading off for the Silver Knights, the designated hitter from the University of Maine, number 37, Joe Bramante.
Bramante struck out his last time at bat.
It was Fred Bramante that ran for governor. Just came back to
There you go.
Fred. And he spelled it with an E on the end. It appears Joe is a A-N-T-I guy, Bramante.
I stand alone.
And that's looked like a slider over the inside corner at 76.
It was a nice pitch by White.
Nasty. That one's down and in. Fastball just kind of get away from him a little bit. 1-1 is the count. Pitch. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball might have been a call strike on the outside corner had not Bramante swung through it. It's 1-2. Jeff Costello on deck. Chin music. 2-2 at 86 miles an hour. Hard hit, shortstop.
Deep in the hole.
What an arm.
Wow.
Made it look easy.
Goodness.
Showing it off was Kellan Hathaway. One step on the grass, and that wasn't even close at first. 1 up, 1 down here in the 8th.
Cannon attached to his shoulder.
Yeah, there's a guy who probably pitched as a high schooler or youth player. Closer, probably. Inside. Costello. I got him with 2 hits.
Yeah, he's been on base twice tonight. A double, a single, and a flew out. His 3rd time at bat.
Checks his swing, but not enough. 1-1 is the count. Costello was looking for that 1-0 fastball. It was below his knees, but he couldn't hold up. The 1-1 pitch is on the way. Hard hit. Look out. That scatters some relief pitchers for the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. They do have a pitcher warming up now. Well, the one out here in the bottom of the 8th.
Stat lines relatively even till you get until the errors. 3 for the Silver Knights tonight.
Straight away at all positions for Jeff Costello. The 1-2 popped up, and easy play for the second baseman, Jace Mascolo. 2 out. Nick Biddison,
The second baseman from Virginia Tech, number 2.
who will turn
Nick
18
Biddison.
on Sunday. Is that the 30th or is that Monday?
I believe that's the 29th.
Yeah,
Or is
right.
it the-
Yeah, he'll turn 18 on Monday. Facing Quantique White. Checks his swing. They'll
He
go
asks,
down and
says
they'll
nope.
say no swing. So breaking ball in the dirt. 2 outs, nobody on base. You're thinking along with the batter. You're thinking fastball, maybe low in the zone over the middle. Driving at the center. Oh, he drives at the center, but it is going to be in there
not
for a
played
base
well.
hit.
Not played well.
No.
He was not on the right line for that. He's going to try. No, he's not. I thought for sure he was trying for third, but
So White put that down the middle, and Biddison didn't miss it. And he's in scoring position with 2 outs, the potential tying run. And here's Luke Tyree, who's been having a pretty good game tonight in center field with one of the defensive gems of the season, as he threw out the potential go-ahead run for the Sharks with 2 outs in the, I think it was the 6th inning.
Tyree's been on base twice tonight. He walked his second time at bat and had a single his last at bat.
I'm thinking he's Irish. The walk-up music, if there's any indication. Pitch. Outside. I think we're in the town meeting portion of Jaws.
Where's the chalkboard to scratch?
Wow, it's popped up behind the infield.
That's going to be trouble.
It is
It
going to
is
fall,
trouble.
and
We
it's a
got a
tie
tie ball
game.
game.
And nobody's
No
covering
one's
second.
covering
Luke Tyree
second.
with an RBI double to tie it at 6-6. Have a night, Luke Tyree.
And I'll tell you the good thing that Tyree did there. As soon as he touches first, he's looking, and there is nobody near second. And it's a smart play by him, because if the second base is covered and he decides to run, and they get him at second before that run crosses the plate, that's the third out. So a great play there by Tyree.
Teddy Baudet is the batter. And Tyree, who just plated the tie run with his RBI double, well placed bloop in center field. He's potential go-ahead run at second base. 77-mile-an-hour slider there from Quantique White, catches the outside corner to Teddy Baudet, and it's an 0-1 count to the Silver Knights catcher. Tyree dancing off a second, and that's a 88-mile-an-hour fastball. White reaching back for his best heater since coming into this game, has Silver Knights right-handed batter down in the count, 0-2.
You have good speed at second base, so anything here you got to think Neverett will wave him in. He'll be off the contact.
Check swing.
Oh boy.
They call that a swing?
I
Disagree. 1-2 is the
No.
count.
it looked like the umpire.
Oh, it was 0-2, so he didn't call it a swing, or LCB out, right?
Right, but it looked
Yeah.
like the umpire did
It
one of these.
did
didn't
look
it?
like
Yeah.
that, yeah. With the right arm. 13 hits for the Silver Knights. 6-6 is the score. They have tied it up with some 2-out magic. Big swing, but they
90
didn't
on
get
the gun
cheated.
there, yep.
But an even more impressive fastball from White as he hits the 90-mile-per-hour mark. And we go to the top of the ninth, 6-6.
It's a good one here, John
Yeah,
Collins.
it's the
A
best
good
one
here.
I've seen in a long time.
And that cheeseburger was good too.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I
Yeah.
enjoyed my
I gotta
cheeseburger
catch
immensely. There you go. No pun intended. Thank you to the folks here at Holman Stadium for giving us some grub.
Yeah. I could use a little more stage blood over here.
University of Hartford, number 35, Joe Grasset.
A lot of people don't know that. You know they nicknamed the shark? They nicknamed, do you know what the name was?
I watched the documentary. It was something kind of common like Junior, wasn't it?
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, they called him Bruce.
Bruce.
Yep.
Yeah, the bane of Steven Spielberg's existence, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like he was miserable making that movie.
I tell you, I love it.
He suffered for his art.
I own it, actually. I
Oh,
own
you
it.
you own the
yeah.
anniversary one with the documentary in
I
it?
don't know that I no, I
should lend
think
that one to you.
Yeah. I have a VHS.
Oh,
It was one of my favorite movies of all time, and
I'm pretty sure I have the anniversary DVD with making of where they interviewed. I
Classic.
think they had interviews including with Robert Shaw,
Yep.
who has passed away. This
Yep.
is Shaw in this game, by the way.
There-
We were just talking about Shaw.
How did we miss that?
We totally missed it
Wow.
until now.
We did. We missed that. We did.
I wonder if there's a Bob Shaw in their family. What's the young man named Shaw? What's his first name? Dan. Dan Shaw.
Dan Shaw. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, look at this. Good luck. Right here. There you go.
Got
Ladybug
Beetle
landed on us.
Ladybird on the score roster. Who's it landed on?
I was just looking at that. Yeah, it looks like.
Who's going to get the good luck? Ladybug is still on page, so Jason
Raposa. Nick Raposa.
can... Raposo?
Yeah, the catch. Let's see.
That would be amazing. Now he's making... Oh, he just flew away.
Okay.
But he just... And long enough. He stayed long
Realized
enough.
the errors of his way.
Ladybug luck. Landing on Nick Raposo. Let's see who's up. Don't tell me it's Raposo.
No.
It's number 3. It's a new guy in the game?
No, it's Jackson
Oh.
Raper, the third baseman.
It is
Yep.
3-hitter for the
Yep.
Sharks. Raposo would be up 4th in this inning. That's funny.
Oh boy.
1-1 is the count. And we have a new pitcher into the game for the Silver Knights. Submariner. He's going below this water's surface
He is.
with this
It
delivery.
is. Submarine.
And all of a sudden the pitch just comes at you like a body part
Jumps.
in the porthole. It just that's the design of the pitch delivery. But Raper is not scared as he gets a 2-2 count now. And that was nowhere near.
Yeah.
3-2 is the
He's
count.
Had some trouble finding the plate in his last 3 pitches.
I believe that's number 36.
I was
Tim?
trying to get a number there. There he goes. Got him. And a good pitch.
Andrew Rollman gets the first Sharks battery faces. Jack Raper is retired by the strikeout.
Is it 35 or 36?
I believe it's 36. Is it 35?
Yeah, I think it's Joe Grasset. Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Joe
Out of
Grasset.
Amherst, New Hampshire, at the University of Hartford.
Just down the street.
Yep. 5'10".
We're on Amherst Street.
There you go.
As Fago way out in front, skies one, shallow outfield, and catch is made by Morissette. 2 outs.
The shortstop from Williams College, number 7, Kellan Hathaway.
Kellan Hathaway batting with 2 outs and nobody aboard here in the top of the 9th, and a tie game. 6-6 the score. Has been a really entertaining baseball game here on a July 26th of 2018 at Holman.
Nice. Oh, he
That
missed
looked
that
like a strike all the way, but it's called a ball apparently low. 1-0 is the count on Hathaway. Another big swinger for the Sharks. A home run threat, by the way. He lets it fly when he's up there. And again, that's not high enough to be called a strike. And I see Baudet, the Silver Knights catcher, kind of having a conversation over his shoulder with the home plate umpire about thinking both of those pitches were at least the bottom of the knee level. Pitch outside, 3-0, and in danger of putting the Ladybug luck guy, Nick Raposo, up at the plate. Raposo, the catcher for Martha's Vineyard, is on deck.
Had a little bit of everything here tonight, John Collins.
You have.
There's
That's
a
a
nice
strike.
pitch. Yep.
Mock cheer from the Silver Knights fans behind the first base dugout for the home plate umpire. Hathaway's the kind of guy that likes to hit, though, so don't be
There you
surprised if he turns it loose, and he
Yeah.
does. Base hit, and that will bring Raposo to the plate. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a ladybug that landed on the roster of Jason Roby, which is an indication of luck.
Sure.
By old lore, and we looked whose name it landed on, and it was this guy, Nick Raposo.
Or maybe he'll make the third out. Maybe
Yeah,
it's good luck for
that's
me,
good
and
luck.
he'll make the third
Exactly.
out. That could be.
Right.
Let's see how it works out.
With 2 outs and a runner at first base, question is what's going on over here on the left. I see some of the Sharks players out of the dugout looking down the runway toward the dressing room. Kirk Gibson's not coming through that door, though, folks.
Raposo has not been on base yet tonight. He
One
is
of the-
0 for 3.
One of the funny things about that whole story about the home run off Eckersley in the first game of the World Series, '88, that Vin Scully played a part. The announcer for the Dodgers, legendary announcer, said there's no way that Kirk Gibson's going to play in this game or bat in this game.
Right.
And Kirk Gibson's reaction in the clubhouse listening to Scully was, "My ass." Oh, a vicious hop, and the throw is going to get away and into the stands. And are they going to
gosh.
give him home plate?
No, I don't think so.
They're going to send him back. He wasn't yet at third base, so they're going to send him back. An ill-advised throw by Morissette. And in defense of the Silver Knights shortstop, that was a wicked hop, and nobody would have faulted him as far as just putting that one in his pocket.
Especially with 2 outs.
Yeah, with 2 outs. It would have been really a tough play to make. It came up on him, a wicked hop, bad hop. So it was already a base hit, but then the error on the overthrow puts 2 runners in scoring position. So Raposo did have a little bit of luck there, and what should have been or could have been a routine ground out. He ends up at second base. And here comes B.J. Neverett is he going to make the move? There's a lefty warming up in the pen.
Yeah, I'd say so. You get a lefty batter here. Yeah.
And he will make the move. So we have a pitching change here at Holman.
Nice round of applause here. Amherst native. Ozzy
I just
in the
realized,
background.
when you're telling Kirk Gibson stories on the education channel, you can get into trouble. So I will steer the boat away from.
Now pitching for the Silver Knights from the University of Hartford, number 34.
It's definitely
That
a story
World
for the ages, though, that World Series. And
Yeah,
the A's with the defend. They had won the World Series the year before,
they had.
and
The Dodgers beat a Mets team that everybody figured would
Right.
wipe the floor with
Right.
the Dodgers too
Right.
in the National League Championship Series. Oral Hershiser had like a 56 inning, maybe more, scoreless inning streak.
I
That
believe he was the MVP.
he
of
was
that
the
series,
MVP,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yep. 1988.
And
Season of LA, I believe the Lakers won the NBA title.
yeah, the Oakland A's won, I think, the following 2 seasons in the World Series, didn't they?
They
89, they played, that was the Earthquake Series, right? 89? And,
yeah,
playing against
okay,
San
that was
Francisco
89 and
Giants.
San Francisco Giants. So
Yeah.
they won the year after.
Al
That's what it
Michaels was in the booth
Yep.
when the pregame and the
Yep, yep.
earthquake happened. I
Yep.
was watching that one live,
Yep.
and that was something else.
Who was it? Who was the first baseman for San Francisco? Was it Clark?
Oh, Jack Clark?
Jack Clark, was it?
Or was it
Good hitter. I
Yeah.
can't remember his.
the guy, was it Will Clark?
Will Clark.
Will Clark.
Will Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the players went out into the middle of the field because they felt like the whole
Safest place
stadium
to be
gonna
was
come
right.
falling down on them.
Sure.
And one of the greatest side note stories I ever read about the earthquake series and that particular moment when the earthquake happened, Joe DiMaggio was sitting in like the 4th row. And his response was to quietly get up, walk out of the stadium, walk home, and it was devastation in his neighborhood. It was like one of those amusement parks where they uproot the sidewalks and
Right.
make it look like an earthquake. It actually looked like that. All
Right.
power was out. There was no power. There was no water service. And Joe DiMaggio was a neighbor of Candlestick Park. And he went up to his bedroom, went underneath his bed and collected, like, I think it was something like $40,000 in cash and walked out and went to a hotel. It was in Ben Kramer's biography of Joe DiMaggio. Great book if you want to read it.
Yeah,
Great book about
okay.
Joe
Yeah,
DiMaggio.
great.
It's got his good and his bad in it. And if you're a Red Sox fan like me, you'll love reading the bad. Second and third in a tie game. And the relief pitcher, number 34 for the Silver Knights. 2-1 count.
John, is that what you do when the going gets tough? You go upstairs to your room,
Grab
you grab
my bag
40,
of money
40
and
grand,
go to
and
a hotel?
your bug out.
I would love to.
Yeah, 40
I don't
grand.
have the option. Look
Ooh.
out off the facade of the dugout.
Boy.
Hit nobody. Hit the facing of the roof of the dugout. So
Jolton Joe.
Connor Hall, right-handed pitcher, 5'9", 185 from Alexandria. The 2-2 pitch is on the way. Strike three, big strikeout. Connor Hall
Huge.
gets it done. And it's still a tie game as we go to the bottom of the ninth. It could be walk-off time. It could be oxygen tank blammo time.
And we are looking for
doing it against
Gibson.
the Great White, though.
Wait,
You'll
no.
be doing it against somebody
That's
else.
correct.
Number 25.
No sequel here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Blew it. I blew it. Connor Hall is on the Sharks. 34 for the Silver Knights. Did we get the? I
get the wrong name of the pitcher?
Pitcher, yeah.
that was
I don't see it. 30. Was it 34?
yeah,
Tim?
Drew Farkas.
Drew Farkas.
Yep.
Apologies to Drew Farkas. Drew Farkas got the final out of the top of the ninth inning, and he is in line to get the win with the one batter faced if the Silver Knights can score here in the bottom of the ninth.
6'1", 165-pounder out of Southington, Connecticut. He's a junior at the University of Hartford. Did we get a crowd number tonight? Do we know, John? Did we not get an attendance
Nobody
figure?
whispered it in our ear. But
Okay.
you guys know the attendance tonight? Okay. So this is a bit of a challenge. The relief pitcher's name, Martha's Vineyard Sharks, number 25, Mike Lisanikia.
Yes.
Thank you. The attendance tonight, 1454 on Thursday night here at Holman Stadium. 1,454 fans are being treated to a really entertaining game that could end in the most exciting fashion possible for the home team, which would be a walk-off if they can get one run at the expense of young Mr. Mike Lisanicki.
And he's got 6 saves this year, so he's the closer.
Oh, yeah?
0-2 record, 3.6 ERA does Mr. Lisanicki.
Yeah, that's the key thing, isn't it? The ERA.
He will
Pretty
face
respectable. He has struck out 16 in 19 innings. And walked. Wow. It says here he's walked 16 and struck out 16.
So
that is not
a
the
good
right
thing. No, not.
strikeout to walk ratio, and it indicates some wildness. Let's see what happens. Ball outside, 1-0, and that's the scouting report on Mike Lisanicki. Can be effective, but can be wild, and that's what you need. You need a base runner here to win this one. Austin White awaiting the 1-0 pitch. Strike right down Broadway.
Lisanicki tonight is 1 for 5. He struck out 3 times the last time looking. But the only one that matters is this one right here.
The 1-1 pitch is
inside.
Did it get him? No. Bounced
maybe
inside.
off his foot or something, but
that would have hurt.
a little bit. He wouldn't be standing
Yeah,
there
exactly,
like that.
you know. That would be a Neymar moment. Pitch.
Inside again. They're going to call it a strike.
Yeah.
2-2.
86 miles an hour, and
boy,
not a great pitch to swing at for Austin White.
Nope.
Finds himself even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes, which is about your chance to walk or strike out against Lisanicki. 50-50. Fouls it. Pretty
Just
close
missed,
to fair,
yeah.
though. He had a run just in case. And we'll do the 2-2 pitch again. No reason to suspect that you're going to get anything but fastballs from Lisanicki, but of course you never know. Good job of fighting off that pitch by Austin White. With his speed, he'd be a threat to win this ball game if he can get on base ahead of the top of the order for the Silver Knights. Ground ball to right side. White is the leadoff batter. You got Cormier and Morissette due up. 2-3 hitters. Still 2-2. Good battle here between the closer from Martha's Vineyard and the leadoff batter in the order for the Silver Knights in a 6-6 game, bottom of the 9th. Nice breeze.
Yeah, it's a nice night here at the ballpark, no doubt.
Slowly to the right side.
Oh, lost his
And
footing.
he's going to be safe. It's going to go as an error on the first baseman because of an unfortunate for Martha's Vineyard slip of the cleats of Tyler Winsig. And the leadoff batter is aboard. Maybe they'll call it a hit. I shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Well, I think I would think it's an error, but yeah, and they did.
They did.
Yeah. So 4 errors on the night for the Sharks.
Well, actually, they gave the Silver Knights an error in the last inning. They have.
Oh no, you're right.
I think they're talking themselves into a hit here to our right.
Sharks have 1 error tonight.
Yeah.
And that's not it, right? So they called it a hit.
Yeah. I guess they didn't want to assume the out on a play that was a tough play for the first baseman, but you and I know he keeps his feet. It's a pretty easy flip.
So they have
the pitcher covering, and a good job too, to be fair to Lisanicki. He got over there.
Have a team meeting out on the mound to discuss what they want to do here.
So your 2-hitter in the order with the man on first and the game on the line, you would think that it's automatically a bunt situation. We'll see.
Yeah, I think so too, but you never know.
What wants to do.
Yeah, he's bunting all the way.
And he's sacrificing. It's going to be foul. Pushes at first baseline, and Lisanicki moves well off the mound.
Sure does.
He actually got to the ball before
I thought we were going to potentially have a collision
yeah,
there.
and that's on Cormier. If he collides with the pitcher before he gets to glove it, he'll be out. So you don't want to do that.
So you don't want to touch the ball. Clearly, you'd be out. You don't want to touch the pitcher. You'd be out. So
yeah,
we'll do it all over again. Quick throw back to first, and he slides back in safely. Does White. That was a nice move there.
He went with the A+ move. And hadn't shown anything before that. And that's
you just saw his best.
Yeah, you did. And
here he comes again, and that one a little high.
But a little bit. They had a little bit of advance. They had one more. They had one swim by, Jason, before that throw, so they knew what kind of danger they were in. Did Austin White? Oh, there's that name again.
That's White. Yeah.
There's strike called in the outside corner, and now 2 strikes on the batter that was trying to sacrifice. I don't know why he didn't try to bunt that pitch. Because even though if it's a few inches off the plate, he's still got a good chance to push it.
And that's what he did to the first one.
Yeah.
Was off the plate.
So Lisanikia will reload. Post University, another snap throw, and the lead is getting smaller over there for Austin White.
It definitely is. Definitely don't want to get picked off of first if you're the winning run, that's for sure.
The 0-2 pitch forthcoming to Nate Cormier.
That's off the plate.
Barely. It felt like he called the previous pitch a strike in the very same spot. But Lisanikia does not get that call, and neither does his catcher, Nick Raposo, who was holding it next to beat. And it gets away. The ricochet, look out, comes way back, but White's on board. And
White
would
was
have
at
got an
second.
interference call even if they did try.
Potentially right.
Yeah.
Yep, correct.
Nobody out. Runners in scoring position for the Nashua Silver Knights in a 6-6 game, bottom of the 9th.
Winning run, standing at second base.
So Mike Lisanikia going to the well one time too many there with the pickoff attempt at first, especially since he had done the job of effectively keeping Austin White very close to the base. The pitch. Foul tipped into the mitt.
He reached back
3.
there, did Lisanikia. That one came in at 88 miles an hour.
Yeah, you're right. And it was up a little bit.
Yeah.
Might have been above the strike zone.
Yeah.
But, yeah, strikeout hurts your pride a little bit, but in the end,
The runner's at second,
Runners
right.
at second base with 1 out.
Cody
and the
Morris
3
set
hitters
here.
up there. The best hitters in your lineup, theoretically, your 3-4 hitters are due up with the runners already in scoring position that could win this game. The pitch, grounded, foul.
Moore sets 2 for 4 tonight. A couple of singles. Grounded out to first and strikeout swinging his last at bat.
.319 hitter coming into the game with 15 runs batted in through 29 games played. This would be a big one. Backdoor slider just misses the outside corner, and it's 1-1.
You know what the technical term for a great white shark is, don't you? The scientific name?
You mean like the Latin?
Yeah.
Dorsus? Something
It's
like
like,
that?
no, it's like,
Line dive down
It's
the left
gonna
field
be ball
line.
game
And it could
potentially.
be. It's
and it is!
fair
It is ball game!
It was-
Carcaridan Carcarius is a great white name. There it is. White scores the game winner on a Morissette shot down the left field line.
There's
for
going
a
to be an
walk-off.
argument here too, Jason.
Oh.
A win for the Nashua Silver Knights over the first place team. It is 7-6 on a ball that I thought looked to be 2 feet foul.
Looked fair to me.
But they will take it as it bounced and went over the wall so quickly.
Wow.
Game over. Silver Knights win it 7-6. Cody Morissette with the game-winning hit in the bottom of the 9th. 7-6.
Happy Shark Week, everybody.
Yes.
As White scores the game winner.
Well, we can watch the replay on
Yes,
Nashua
we will.
TV.
Yes,
Great
we
job,
will.
Tim O'Neill on camera. Thanks to our executive producer, Pete Johnson. For Jason Roby, I'm John Collins, thanking you for watching. The Nashua Silver Knights win this one on a Thursday, July 26th of 2018 in thrilling fashion, 7-6 over the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. Good night from historic Holman Stadium, everybody.